Podcast right now.
Hello and welcome and greetings. This is a motherfucking podcast episode 6. Today is April the 15th, 2017. Technically episode 6 because
there was
two partners at two episodes. Okay.
So what happened if you're following the podcast feed is last week we learned a valuable podcasting lesson. And that lesson is don't drink 40 beers and record a 4.5-hour podcast.
Yeah.
So we're learning. We're going to try to keep it to...
The important thing, nobody drove home illegally. That's what was safe.
Right.
Night, yes.
We all spent the night, slumber parties, flashlight
we held hands,
fights.
We told scary stories.
It was great.
Terrific.
Let's go around the table here. To my left, he's here every week. He's got long hair. He's got a cute smile.
Oh, that's nice. I'm Carl Charlebury.
There he
The
is.
face that runs the place.
Whoa.
Face in the place.
Hey.
Next to Carl, wearing a very green hoodie.
I want to be seen at night. This is old Chirp Daily. You might notice I do not have long hair. I got a fresh fade this week from my one and only barber, Jaleel Sorrell. You can check him out on Style Seat. That's at Jaleel Sorrell. Use promo code Chirp Daily, and I will get $1 off my next haircut.
Awesome.
Joe?
I don't know how to follow that up.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Sounded it.
Next to old Chirp's berries.
Yeah, I also got a haircut, but I clearly did it in the bathroom of my house just with a razor, so it's fine. But yeah, just me. Good old TV's Joe Gazera right here. Yeah.
TV.
Our guest this week is Melanie Egbert, joining us from Colorado.
Welcome to the show, Melanie.
Yeah.
Guys.
A lot of first on this episode. First non-John Egbert, and first female
lady.
on our podcast.
Yeah, and God willing, the first female that will walk into Joe Gazera's house alive and walk out the way she came in.
Nobody's been cut up
I've
by that
survived.
chainsaw yet. That chainsaw is just chilling there. It's fine.
That's not what you said last week about your former podcast.
Hey. TMI.
She beat Super Shark to the podcast too.
Yep.
I sure did.
Yeah, so Super Shark, a.k.a. Joel Egbert, a.k.a. my older brother who lives in Loveland, Ohio, of all
Is he a real
places.
older brother? He's a real guy, right?
He's a real
Okay,
human.
he
He
exists.
is a core founder of the podcast, and we expect that he'll be on the next episode. It would only stand to reason that he shows up soon. So I'm sure he'll be on soon, and he sends you guys his best wishes. But Melanie, what's up? How was your day? You landed today. You just got in, right?
Yeah, just got in.
Boy, are your arms tired.
Been flying all day long. Good one.
Yes,
Joel.
and
Yeah, I've been up since 3:30 this
Jesus
morning.
Christ.
Still going strong. So it's good to be here.
she's happy to be on. I sprung it on her couple 3 hours ago. I said, hey, guess who the guest is for tonight's podcast right now? It's
She
you.
probably said who.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I
did.
said it's you. But yeah, I had a crazy day. Let's just cover the current tops real quick. The current tops. Current tops. So I got 4 new tires for the old Mazda today. I got marooned in Fairfield,
Yeah.
Ohio.
Mhm.
Very small town. I drank 3 Budweisers and had sushi alone in some Chinese restaurant while I waited for Firestone to fix my tires.
That's basically a David Lynch film.
Here's what's funny is I lived a separate man's life. I lived a different man's life today. I was waiting for my car to get done. I needed something to read because my phone died, and I'm not gonna not be entertained or something. And so I went down to a CVS, which was a much longer walk than I anticipated. I bought a Time Magazine special edition World War I. I read about World War I for an hour and a half, drank 3 Budweisers, and had like mediocre sushi alone.
Jesus Christ.
It was weird.
You're living in 1992, basically.
Yeah.
But reading a magazine.
But the tires feel good. Yeah.
Well, what happened to your previous tires? Why did you have to get 4 new tires?
Yeah, sorry. So I was driving to my mother's house to drop off my children so that I could have a night with them boys. And as I'm driving back, I notice a slight rattle. Something's going on. Something doesn't sound right. I pull over, I look at my tire, and there's just like a huge chunk of like tire meat kind of hanging off of the tire, and like some of that metal stuff coming out. And so I changed it and drove it to a Firestone, and I said, hey, while you're in there, why don't you give me an oil change and give me all the new tires? And they had a good Jesus Resurrection sale. I wish I had a joke to go with that, but
We'll come back.
we'll
to
get
it.
there.
Yeah,
Will you
I'm
guys
making
cook
a
on that
note.
one?
Yep.
Cook that one up. Carl, what the hell did you do today?
Sounds like it was a Goodyear Friday. I don't know. No, that's not. No. I rushed it.
Good Year Friday.
Yeah, no.
It could've been
I just-
yesterday.
Carl,
Yeah,
wait, real quick, Carl.
Rushed
That's
too hard.
the 5 minute 40 seconds to edit out
Yeah,
Joe. Yeah,
Okay.
to edit out Joe's voice there.
540.
Yep. What'd you do today, Carl?
I worked on our Pinterest page a little bit.
Right.
We got some boards going, and just the website tidying things up.
Cool.
We're pretty much good to go on everything now.
We're on everything, you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
But we're on stuff that I didn't even know exists, because when you put your podcast RSS feed out there, other apps just pick it up.
If you put your penis in an unprotected vagina, you're gonna pick us up.
Yeah.
Basically.
You
is
might
what
listen.
Carl's
You might
saying.
hear it. Yeah.
No. You're gonna get contracted.
You got podcast right now in
yeah,
your dick.
Yeah, in your penis.
In
yeah.
your penis.
Oh,
There's gonna be
Jesus.
some salty discharge.
We're actually
Gross.
on that
Unappealing.
just launched yesterday. We're
Yeah,
in every vagina
We
in
have
America.
launched a brand new STD.
Wow. This is bigger than Trump.
Yeah.
Kev, what's up, man?
Well, first of all, I thought it was important to note while those guys were changing your tires, they popped the hood and they realized that you had blown an Easter gasket.
Oh.
So there's
Nailed
that.
it.
Today was a pretty lazy day for me. We went down to Cincinnati last night and saw the Reds game with old Baker and Abby, and that was a lot of fun. But mostly recovering today. Played a little bit of Rocket League. Watched some Degrassi: The Next Generation, which
Whatever it takes.
yeah, we've been going back to the last couple weekends. It's weird with Degrassi because when Drake first got popular, it was like, oh, it's so weird. That's Jimmy Brooks. And now if you go back and watch it, it's like, that's so weird. It's Drake. So
Started from Degrassi. Now I'm here.
it's all about growing up, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all part of it.
We're all eventually gonna grow up and become big rap stars someday.
I hope.
Shot in the spine, I guess, maybe.
Well, it wasn't real life.
It's fictional life.
Okay.
What'd you
I
do,
don't
man?
care.
I didn't do a gosh darn thing today. Sat around, drank some of the blood, celebrating some of the Easter. Drank some of the blood of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Joe bought some Manischewitz. He said we were going to share it tonight.
Oh,
It was gonna
that's
be
all
part of
gone.
our-
Yeah, you guys got
Yeah.
here way too late. It's all gone. So I
This
celebrated
guy-
Passover by myself.
You drank all the blood?
Yeah, I drank all the blood myself. Yeah.
God damn it!
Why are you saving any Jesus blood for anyone else?
I
There-
wanted
there's
a
some
little
more-
Jesus,
Well,
man.
there's some more blood in there. You gotta, tap it up. You gotta hit a vein.
Yeah, I can't drink wine. I was raised Catholic, and so like that, just red wine, any red wine, just reminds me of the breath of a priest or something. I can't. That warm breath on the back of your neck,
Instant erection for you
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
No, it really fucked me up for many years. I feel pretty scarred by the entire experience. It wasn't until the age of 28 that I could look another person in the eye and say that I love them.
Jesus.
Fireable, John.
You asked.
Christ.
You asked.
All right.
Melanie,
Bombshell.
talk into the mic and tell the kids what you did today. You got up, you got on a plane.
Went to Atlanta and then Columbus, Ohio, and then took an Uber.
Instead of her brother picking her up.
Muhammad got me to the Ohio State Stadium, safe and sound, where I was not allowed to enter because I had all of my luggage with me, which is fair enough,
Did Muhammad beat you and make you forcibly leave the Uber?
Why would
Never.
Did he
Muhammad was a nice
overbook?
man.
Okay. All right.
Did you give him some stars?
I gave him 5 stars.
5 of them. Cool.
Yeah.
Melanie,
He did his job.
do you worry at all about taking an Uber by yourself?
First time I did that
yeah.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought about it and, made some light conversation.
You said that's the first time?
First time ever that I took an Uber
Whoa.
by myself.
Yeah, I think
And
it's different for ladies.
It's
I've
different.
heard a couple of them say this, that they wouldn't go in an Uber by themselves, mostly at night, I guess. But
I wouldn't say that. Like, after today, I mean, maybe at night that may be different, but after today, like, made light conversation, and then it was, like, fine.
What kind of light conversation did you make with Mohammed?
He asked.
How was his day? How was his shift doing?
His day was great, he said.
Okay.
And he, asked about where I was coming from and, all that good stuff. So, chit-chat. But,
light
chit-chat. And then it was pretty quiet after that.
Did you do the thing where, like, you're looking at your phone just to, like, make sure he knows you don't want to talk anymore?
Well, I sat in the back because I thought, well, my first thought was, by myself.
Yeah.
Do I sit in the front or the back? I'm going to keep it
Professional.
set some boundaries.
Yeah, I'm going to sit in the back on this one.
No, you mentioned that earlier to me, that you didn't know if you should get in front or back, and I was like, no, you get in the back.
Yeah.
Let's call this what it is, okay?
Yeah.
You're driving me somewhere, I'm in the back, you're safer back there. Is that true?
That's
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably true.
He was a nice man, though.
Okay.
Plus, you're
Yeah, it was
paying for
great.
it. Someone's driving you. Like,
Yeah.
they're your
Yeah.
chauffeur.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to sit in the
Yeah.
back.
You're right in the back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like to ride in the front sometimes.
Yeah.
Really, they're
We like to put you in the front because we just sit in the back and watch the conversation you get into with the Uber drivers. It's really fun. Mostly because of your cadence, just how you speak. It's interesting. Mel, tell us about what you do. What do you do in Colorado?
Wait,
You're a
before we
physical
go into that,
education teacher. Wait, hold on.
I need to know what happened to the luggage. You weren't allowed in the stadium. You had
Oh.
luggage. What happened to the luggage?
Well, long story short, my dad and my stepmom came out, and instead of me going in, well, my dad, his grand idea was to walk past a tent with a group of people that didn't look like they were going anywhere, and see if they would watch my bag while I went into the game.
Yeah, find some tailgaters and see if they were cool with.
Trusting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
You're like, it's a good idea, but all my shit's in there.
They're playing flip cup and they're all wasted. Not really gonna trust my belongings.
Does he
to
do this
them.
regularly? Like just leave things with strangers?
He might.
That's not a good idea.
By the way, I talked to Dan Egbert, and he's down to come on and
Nice.
do an episode. So
He would be great.
look forward to
Give
that,
him
listeners.
a couple beers and he'll be
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be an all-night
Little
rager with Dan. Aykroyd.
Oh yeah. It'll be good. Lives will be changed. But what I don't know. We had some questions for Melanie, right? You guys want to jump into that or
Sure.
just kind of go around? Melanie, first tell everybody what you do in Frisco, right?
Yes, I am a PE teacher in Frisco, Colorado. There's only one high school in our county, which surrounds 4 major ski resorts.
Cool.
So, yeah, up in the high country.
A bunch of hippie pothead type students at your schools, or
A mix.
mix?
A mix.
I was joking with Melanie earlier, and you mentioned that there are some kids in your class that are clearly under the influence of marijuana, like high school kids that come into PE and they're doing push-ups and also giggling about old Syphil and Ollie episodes. Is this true?
So I will say, I teach only freshmen, so I think a lot of them are kind of afraid to test those boundaries, but I noticed with upperclassmen, definitely, they just have like a glaze over their face and not in it at all. But there are a few freshman students that I have that just come in and just like slouch into the like bleachers, and it's like pulling teeth to get them to like participate. So
Now, when you see a student like that, do you see that as an opportunity to mess with them? Do you try to get into any kind of Super Troopers situations?
no, but I should.
Now she
Something
will.
for you to think about.
Yeah.
I feel like there were a lot of kids who were high, back in my day of high school, also discussing Syphil and Ollie episodes, which were probably not old at that time.
Right.
They just come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kids under the bleachers, maybe smoking the marijuana.
Yeah.
Really easily accessible for them now, and very easy for them to hide if they can get their hands on it.
Just
Especially
keep
with
it.
edibles. Like,
Mhm.
edibles look like typical candy anymore. So who knows?
Are there any rules about like just candy now, since it's so easy to switch one for the other?
Nope, no rules on that. Yeah,
Wow.
we don't even have like drug dogs that come to school, and there's definitely kids that I've heard from other teachers that definitely bring their vape pens into their teacher's room and just like
I don't
smoke
know.
up in their school and
Does
like in the
anyone else-
classroom, and I'm like,
These
it's kind
folks
of
aren't-
ridiculous.
These folks aren't going to high school. They're going to school high.
Yeah, nailed it, Carl. But like,
Easter gasket.
I just don't think high school
Sounds
would
like
be
it
a
was a
fun
good year for them.
place to be high at all. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like,
No, I did it once and it wasn't fun.
it
wasn't a
doesn't
fun
sound
day, so I didn't,
fun
I
at
never
all.
did that again.
Yeah.
Miserable.
I came into the game late as far as the Mary Jane goes, the Reefer Madness, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's the last place I think I'd want to have an edible in my gut. You know what I mean? Like walking
Yeah.
around PE and then going off to whatever study hall and over physics, and no, I don't want any of that. I just sounds bad.
Mhm.
I've got a question. So back in my high school days, Altoids, super popular. Have those tapered off? Are kids still bringing the Altoids to class, popping them like they're candy?
No
Or
Altoids.
no Altoids?
No.
Zero
Not into
Altoids.
the
Zero.
Altoids.
What is the
A lot of
popular?
energy drinks though.
Okay.
Mountain Dew, Kickstart. That's like.
I had one of those an hour ago. I've got another
Yeah.
one in the
Oh
fridge.
no, I watch kids down like 2 within a class period.
It's almost like
kind of ridiculous.
Mountain Dew Kickstart might have been brought to us by FuelNibblers.com.
Oh, I've
We'll
heard
get
about
into
fuel
that.
nibblers.
Folks, the takeaway is drink coffee, juice drink coffee, right? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coffee.
Don't put
I
that
feel like-
garbage in
I
your
feel
body.
like Altoids still have their place in society.
Altoids?
Yeah, Altoids still have their place in
We're
society.
getting all
I
over
love
that.
Altoids.
Yeah, we're all over.
Let's zero in on Kickstart for now, because what's weird to me is it's a Mountain Dew product, but calorie-wise, sugar-wise, a lot better than any other normal soda.
Yeah, it only has like 12 grams of sugar,
Yeah, it's like-
which like a Mountain
I
Dew
didn't
has
know
like
that.
65.
Yeah, it's like 60 calories per
Mhm.
12 ounces or something. It's a reasonable choice if you're gonna drink something sweet. So
Mhm.
Mountain Dew Kickstart comes in 8 different flavors.
Jesus.
They're all pretty good. So I don't know. You can try them.
They also come in a tall boy form. You don't need just 12 ounces. You need 20 ounces of Mountain Dew Kickstart. They come in tall boys.
What if they made like a Four Loko Mountain Dew type situation?
Oh.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, when you
I
buy
feel like that's what Four Loko was.
when you buy your next
Right.
Mountain Dew, just tell the clerk there at the gas station that Chirp Daily sent you, and he gets $1.
Off my next haircut.
Jesus.
So circling back to Altoids though, because it does seem like it does seem like there's kind of a natural ebb and flow of like different gums that sort of become popular in high school, junior high. Can you tell us what's the hot gum?
What's the hot gum? Hey, I'll tell you what. In 2000, 2001, when I was kicking it around in high school, the gum of choice, what was it? Winter Fresh.
I was gonna say icebreakers.
Ours was Winter
Oh.
Yeah,
Fresh.
Icebreakers
Okay.
was big back then.
Do you remember for a
A lot of
year?
Orbit.
Orbit.
Orbit's what I
Orbit,
do now.
yeah.
Do you remember for
I
a
don't
year
like
or
Orbit.
two,
It makes my mouth feel dry and weird.
Lifesavers were really popular? You guys remember that?
Yeah. They were for
For
a
like
hot
a-
minute.
yeah, what
they
the
were
hell
like
was
pods,
that?
but you ate
The
them.
mints
Yeah, the
or
mint
the
with
fruit
the
ones.
hole.
Like Captain Sully.
The
I like
The fruit
Lifesavers.
ones.
the
The
fruit
fruit
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The classic, red, yellow, green.
Hmm.
More of a gummy saver.
Yeah,
I like
You ever had
that.
those?
I have.
The
yeah.
gummy savers? Yeah,
Sure.
it's good
It's
shit.
like a lifesaver,
but you can chew it
Right.
better.
real easy.
But anyways.
Well, you can chew a lifesaver. It's just not recommended.
Anybody ever going up and saying, "Hey, throwing up a 3 and giving some of that 3 dents"?
I don't know if that means.
Trident, I think is
Oh.
what he's trying to say.
Give me some of that dents.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
that triple dent,
I need
son.
that dents. Need those dents.
No, but I always bum gum off my
Harvey
head.
Dent.
So I
I'm just like, who
alternate.
has something?
I sort of alternate
Orange.
Orbit and Trident, I guess, is my. I go through about a half a pack of gum a day at work, and it's sometimes Orbit, sometimes Trident. What's weird about Trident is the blue package, the original flavor, you would think is some kind of mint. In fact, I think it has mint leaves on it.
Yeah.
But the flavor is some kind of cinnamon. I don't know. Something weird going on. If anyone out there knows about that original Trident, write in. You can hit us up on Twitter. Podcast right now. Let us know what's going on.
All gum thoughts, please. Just cinnamon, if you guys could.
Gum it up. Gum up Twitter. That's what we're doing.
We're trying to get into the sticky questions, guys. Just bring it on.
I think what we're really asking all our listeners if they could become a gum shoe.
Yeah.
Really
chew on these topic, guys. I need you guys to. Okay.
Oh boy.
Any other questions for a PE teacher from Colorado? I got more. If you guys have any more questions.
Are we done
go
with
ahead. Maybe I'll
puns?
think of one.
We're done with gum.
Oh, Joe has another gum.
No, I don't.
All right. Yes.
I thought that bubble popped. I guess
it's gonna be a recurring.
I got one. I got one. So when I was in 6th grade, we played a game called dodgeball, and it was humiliating to the fat kids in our class, but so fun for everyone else. Me being somewhere in the middle, I think. I wasn't fat, but I wasn't like a cool kid either. Dodgeball, hit me up. 2017. Are we still doing it? Are we still blasting motherfuckers in the face with a ball?
God damn it.
We are not still doing
all right,
it.
I didn't think so.
Dodgeball is actually not allowed in schools as well. Well, it's not allowed to be involved in PE curriculum because back in the day, PE used to be roll the ball out, play something. PE teachers didn't care like if you did anything, and now it's more of actually meaningful education, whereas I'm teaching them something that they can get like something out of post high school other than throwing balls at each other.
That's not really useful.
Kids love that.
And it's also sought out and it's also sought out as like a form of bullying.
Yeah.
Like, you target a kid.
You
target a kid and, and those kids are then out and then they don't get to participate. And those kids that don't get to participate and usually get out first are typically the kids that need the most physical education.
Yeah.
So athletic kids get all the fun and all the playing time, where those kids who need to be moving around.
Fats. We call them fats.
The fats.
Podcast right now.
They're out and they're done for.
Shaming.
To this day, and I don't know.
Thin challenge.
I still get kids who be like, "Can we play dodgeball?" And I'm like, "No."
Still?
Yeah, and I'm like, "We're never gonna play dodgeball. Sorry."
It's a fun game, but
what if
can
you guys think of a way?
There's modifications that you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a twist on it, maybe.
Yeah, can't you just call it Slaughterhouse and then it's not?
No, there are modifications you can make, which I've done before, where, like, with younger kids, I've used yarn balls, and if you have the ball in your hand, you can't move, and you can throw them, and, I don't know. So it's
just
not
dodgeball.
as fun.
Yeah.
I won't lie, it's not as fun as dodgeball, but...
Do you guys have the scooters that come out occasionally? Okay. I always ran the hell over my own fucking hands with the scooters every time. Like, okay, so is that that's a thing? So what sorts of games are played with the scooters?
So, well, for high school,
I'm sorry, I always forget it's high school. I assume you're hanging out with like 4th graders all day long.
It is pronounced high school, Billy.
Joe has more mark.
Oh, yeah. In high school, scooters, we have a whole like cart of them, and I have like the short hockey sticks, so we can play like scooter floor hockey, and you can also do a bunch of different things like scooter soccer, scooter dodgeball. But with little ones, I used to make them take their scooter driver's ed test.
Oh, that's cute.
And have them like drive through a course and make sure they knew and understand the rules before they got on a scooter.
This is just whenever it winds down. I do this thing.
Go
what you got?
So how big a part is nutrition of PE curriculums nowadays?
Carl, that's 2403 to edit Kevin's.
That was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
No, that's all right.
Wait, what do you? Yeah, what is it?
So,
do you guys cover the whole thing? Do you teach them how to count calories and all that stuff, or okay?
That's mostly in health, whereas in PE we're teaching them how to move and be active. But I do teach some health courses where nutrition is like a whole unit.
And do you have a lot of how much freedom do you have to, if there's like something you see, something you want to try with your kids? I mean, do you basically get to call all the shots for class
curriculum.
Wednesday, what's it going to be? Does Mel decide everything, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have a curriculum, and I get to design how I want to present that curriculum. Does that make sense?
Have you ever tried DDP yoga with the kids?
I've not, but I've heard about that.
Might want to
You
check
know
it
about
out.
I
yeah.
know about it because of
Yeah.
John. Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page.
I actually did teach an extension class it was a yoga class. So
That would actually be pretty cool. If I was a kid, I would think if the school had mats and they dropped them all out, you know, and everyone had to learn the poses, I think I would like that.
And that's what I did. So I threw on I obviously am not trained to teach like a yoga course.
All you got to do is know the moves and be able to breathe. I think
So
to take more than that.
Make my life easier, I would throw on a video.
Yeah, probably
someone who
overqualified.
to someone who knows how to do all that good stuff. So throw on a video, they do things.
What's the most scandalous thing you've ever caught a student or maybe students doing at school?
Well, in high school.
Also, just. I mean, like, what can you even get away with talking about on here? By the way, like,
right? Yeah, I guess
I you know, like, you do work for a school district. Not that this is a nationally,
syndicated
radio like,
show.
I don't know whose ears it would hit, but
yeah, I
fair
think just
enough.
no names.
Yeah. I mean, high school students, like, I am in a hallway that is in the back of the building, so a lot of kids think that they can go down there with their significant other and just suck face with each other.
Oh yeah.
And so
Some
my office
done.
and I hear it and I just like will come out and be like, I can hear you sucking face, and I like walk out and they usually run away or they don't care, or if I catch them in the hallway I'll just say like catch and release. Or if they're holding hands I'll like run through them.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that, and then sometimes inappropriate outfits by students in my class to the point where like
It's
if they
co-ed,
didn't
right?
if they didn't change out, like for an example I had a girl who wore a
Booty shorts, right? Like some.
they wore like a skirt that was way too short and I didn't let her like play. So I guess like inappropriate outfits and just like the touchy feely.
The 16-year-old John Egbert would definitely disagree, but I think I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important to keep them focused and all that. But I switched high schools from my sophomore year to my junior year, and the new high school I switched to, Hillsboro, which is where I met Kevin and Carl.
Yeah.
But
Wizard of Oz.
This was a new thing in my life. Co-ed gym class.
Oh yeah.
A lot of emotions, a lot of hormones. I didn't know this was a thing.
All over the place.
Yeah, and at
with Coach Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
knuckleheads.
By the way, whatever you're doing, it's got to be just crushing whatever was going on at Hillsboro, Ohio, because we had Coach Burns and
You
what
went in
was the
and you
miss?
sat.
What's the female?
Oh, Miss George.
Miss
Yes.
George, yeah.
Yep.
Nice job.
They were horrible.
They were awful.
They did what you were talking about with
I
dodgeball.
won't lie, like they were the ones that were like,
I could do
want
that
to
better.
do better
Yeah.
at that. Yeah,
Oh, but
like,
I love Coach Burns, but
He
he
had
was,
a good-
he was
he was
horrible.
great. Like, he was a terrible teacher.
Great personality.
Yeah.
I would love to drink a beer with him, but as far as gym coach goes,
Knucklehead. Yeah.
Yeah. He put it
Laps.
He put,
All right.
He put an S on everyone's last name, so it was always Egberts.
Call me Eggy.
Yeah. Get in there, knucklehead.
Yeah.
He was a good man, but definitely
just didn't give a shit about what you did in PE.
Are we saying he was a good man? We're just assuming he died of complications from diabetes, or
I assume he died of complications from diabetes or jaundice or something like that. Melanie, do you own? Do you have a windsuit? Do you have a windbreaker? Is that because when I was in high school, I graduated in 2002. That was still happening.
Are you
windsuits.
Are you comparing like my clothing options to Miss George?
Nope.
Because Miss George
She had lots of
always had a
windbreakers.
windbreaker.
But so did
because she was a
Coach.
gym teacher?
Yeah.
But so did Coach Burns too.
I do not have any windbreakers.
All right, changing the game up. I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when you get tenure. It's like you've earned this windbreaker.
They give it to you. I love it.
Miss George, I'm gonna tell you something.
The green suit.
She was a huge fan of push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't get it. Is that a cunnilingus joke?
No.
Oh.
No, it's like I was gonna go one way, but then I just
Alright, okay.
push-ups.
Do you I have another question for Melanie. Do the kids shower? Do they have to shower? Is it optional? Are there showers?
No.
Because when I was in high school, there were showers, but no
No
one
one
dared.
nobody-
Yeah, so
No one dared strip down and
so
do it.
there's showers in our locker room, but the only time that they shower after PE is in PE 2. They have a swim unit. They shower after that unit.
Right.
So after that class, during that unit, they shower after class.
Seems like
But-
the least necessary.
Yeah,
to
you're
Yeah.
create a
Yeah.
shower. That's the
Yeah, I
cleanest you'll
know.
ever be, submerged in a pool.
I love
Chemicals.
a chlorine body. Like,
Yeah,
I'll skip a shower for 2-3 days.
Hell
if-
yeah.
Yeah.
It is a shower, yeah.
Kills
Yeah,
everything.
but my kids, no. I'm lucky if they. One of my like requirements is like to have them change out in clothes, like
Cool.
something different that they wear, and I'm lucky if.
Do you think
that
that's
happens.
gross? Kind of that, like I mean, they get active, right? They sweat and they run around, and then they have to go and do like 3 more periods of their day.
No,
and,
absolutely. So that's
put
why
deodorant on
that's
or
why I
something?
tell them that they need to like change out. And half of them do, half of them don't, and
gross,
ugh,
zitty
I'm
faces
so gross,
and oily
miss,
hair
and
and
yeah,
stuff.
and I just like I tell them like, do you want to be the smelly kid in class?
Yeah.
Because if you do, then don't change out. If you don't, then bring a different change of clothes.
How about shower wipes? Are those popular with the kids? Could they be? Do you think you could talk them into it?
Shower wipes.
Shower wipes.
What is it? Just like a
Yeah, just
like
I mean,
wet ones?
yeah,
Like
basically. I mean, they
something, yeah.
smell less like
Like
diaper, I
baby,
guess.
Right.
But yeah,
yeah.
they're designed to be.
on your face or whatever,
Yeah.
armpits
I mean, I've
and
used
stuff.
those at like music festivals before
Mhm.
for myself. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that'd be
Hold on,
a
real
good
quick.
one.
You bring wet wipes to music festivals?
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like long-term ones. I thought you meant just
Yeah.
like a concert or something. Like it's
Like
gonna be a good one tonight,
Bonnaroo.
guys. I got
no,
my fanny
like
pack.
Bonnaroo, like I'm not gonna spend $10 on a shower, so
Gotcha.
we bring wet wipes to like get under
Yeah.
the pit.
I pictured you at like a 2-hour concert with a fanny pack full of wet wipes. Who wants to wipe down, guys, and hit in the bathroom?
I'm at Red Rocks.
The
just
opener's
wiping down
done.
before I go in mid show.
Oh man. What else? Any other cool like PE questions that you guys can think
What
of,
about,
Joe?
what about the parachute? Is that that was?
Oh, you still bring out the parachute?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. So when I taught younger PE, that was like their reward.
Okay, yeah.
And they
Yeah.
loved it. Oh my gosh, high school kids, they could give a shit about
They're just
parachute.
going under that parachute and sucking face, probably.
Probably.
Probably doing some.
Yeah,
sucking.
we don't even
Fucking
own a
shits.
parachute at the high school. So.
I just picture you like, guys, if if you can behave yourselves and or whatever, the winner of this game or whoever, like we're gonna do parachute time. They're just like, world star or whatever, and they just start fighting each other or like I don't know what the youth is today. I don't know
No,
what
but
they're
high
like.
school kids like love tag games.
Tag games?
Yeah, like various tag games. Like it's dumb. Like they're like, oh, can we play ultimate tag, please?
What's ultimate tag versus
Yeah, for the
standard
listeners at home,
tag?
what
So
is
ultimate
ultimate
tag is everybody's it. So John, if I tag you, you sit down.
You probably
But
wouldn't be
if
able.
Carl tags me, I sit down, you're back in.
Okay, you probably wouldn't be able to tag me, but I see for the example. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We'll always be able to
No, you have long giraffe legs, but you're not fast. You're just. What was my
Okay,
impression I
like,
did of you
a
earlier?
giraffe.
No, the Melanie's boyfriend, Brogan.
Good guy.
He'll be a guest on here before I die. I
Okay.
promise. Yeah. Or we should call him in or something like that. We could do it right now if you guys wanted to.
Good.
I'd be okay with that.
But
Love that guy.
Where's that been?
I forget. I did an impression of Melanie earlier today. It was just Brogan. I don't know. It had to be there. Never mind.
While we try to get Brogan on the phone, so you mentioned your high school. There's something three or more ski resorts within like 10 miles.
Yes.
Do you guys ever plan any extracurricular?
No, but an annoying. I get the purpose of it, but we have this thing called academic athlete, where kids get to leave school early because they think they're gonna be professional skiers or snowboarders,
Wow.
and they go ski at the mountain.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not
Aw.
even kidding.
That's
And
white privilege, folks.
Do they? Do they all look like Shaun White? Please say yes.
So no, like some kids are really on it and like they know that they're responsible for like the work that they miss. But there's some kids that come up to me and they like talk out of the side of their mouth. They're like, so my coach is texting me and I gotta go at like 11:20 and be at the slopes, you know, for practice. So I gotta go. I can't be here.
My dad owns a
And I'm
car
just like,
dealership.
okay.
in reality, like 2 out of all of them maybe are going to be professionals.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So,
I'm
so
like,
what's the process for that? Do they just have to get their parents to sign off on them becoming part of this
So
program?
I think they have to, yeah, they have to like get approved by like their counselor, like the school counselor and their parents and a coach, or like prove that they're gonna be a part of some like ski team or snowboarding association. I don't know what the rules are, but for some reason they just get to leave school at like noon and then go ski the rest of the day. So
I mean, cheers. That's
It's
a
a
cool
good day.
move.
yeah.
Your impression of the kid was awesome.
No, I'm not even kidding. Like it's
That was
like
great.
that was spot on. Like,
My coach says that I need to like gnar some shred grinds later.
yeah, shred the gnar.
Gnar.
Good powder today.
How?
Oh, and like we have so many absences if it's a powder day. Like kids will not show up to school.
That's fun. That's funny because when I was.
And they all come back with like this like goggle tan.
Do you remember when like hunting season opened?
Yeah.
And
well, that was like a day off that Hillsborough gave us.
Yeah, so
like,
like
yeah.
that's like the Southern Ohio equivalent is if it's, you know, all the bucks are all out, you can miss school and no one's gonna give you shit about it. Out there they're shredding gnar.
Well, we also we would go back to school and then a week later we got a week off for the county fair because so many kids were in the farmers thing.
County fair. Oh,
what do you call that?
Oh, here we go.
Brogan.
Brogan on the phone?
Brogan, you're on podcast right now. What's up, buddy?
I'm on podcast right now.
You
Yeah.
are. How you doing? We're trying to figure out a way to get your
Oh, there you go.
levels figured out. So yeah, everyone say hi to Brogan.
What's up?
Hey, Brogan.
What's up, Brogan?
Hey, bro.
Hola. How is everything?
It's
We're doing-
good.
We're currently questioning Melanie about, you know, the role of a physical education educator in Colorado. You know, just kind of picking her brain, getting in there, unpacking a lot of important topics.
Okay.
We thought we'd just call you in and I don't know, just say what's up and
How was your day? Do you have any plans for Easter? What's going on with you?
I got no plans for Easter. My family is in Kansas, but I did go play a round of disc golf in a ghost town today, which was really cool.
Nice.
Based off of what book?
Because of the book that you got me.
oh, love.
It's a book by a teacher at our school, Rick
Oh.
Carden.
Ah.
Wrote a book about the guide of disc golf in Colorado. So there you go.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Brogan, when are we gonna play GTA again?
When?
Yeah.
Whenever you guys want. I'm playing Evolve with Joel right now.
You playing Evolved?
Yeah.
Was it a dare or something? Why are you playing that pile of shit?
I don't know, it's pretty fun right now. It's just me versus Joel.
Oh, well, that's why it's fun. He sucks at video games, right? No, I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone have a question for Brogan?
When are you coming to Ohio?
Sometime this summer.
Sometime this summer. All right.
Right.
That's soon enough.
Brogan, I'll be hanging out with you in just a couple weeks, man.
Yeah, two weeks, right?
Yeah, we have a psychedelic adventure planned. It's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it too.
I want to. Brogan, for the listeners, is a professional cuisine chef. This man cooks food, so I think he's gonna make me some food and make the group some food, and I'm excited to consume
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to make some meals with you guys.
Yeah.
Brogan, what's your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish to make. That's a hard question. At work or just personally?
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really thinking about it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I like to make mac and cheese. I like to make pastas.
You do like cut up the dough and make like for
You
real
love
make the
bread.
pasta? Bread?
You love
Everyone
making
loves
bread.
I do make a lot of bread. I enjoy that. I've been making my own crunch wraps recently at home.
Ah,
Really?
Ah.
Super good.
They sound
Side
supreme.
note.
I want one.
All right. Well, we could probably
Yeah.
let you go unless
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone have any? Joe, do you have a
Joe,
question
you
for
want to say
Brogan?
what's up to Brogan?
No, I was gonna ask what's in this crunch wrap. I guess. How does that happen?
No. I usually just do, it's very same style as like Taco Bell. Bacon, egg, cheese. Sometimes avocado.
I'm sold.
That sounds delicious.
All right, we got.
I'm sold.
Thanks, Brogan.
We got you got one more question before we let you go on the podcast right now. When was the last time you kissed a man, and what kind of feelings did that give you?
Last time I kissed a man.
What do you got? You can't say Melanie because that was she was post whatever transition or whatever
Yeah.
since you guys have been dating her.
It may have been last week. I don't know.
All right.
Oh.
All right, listeners. Later, Brogan. We'll see you later, man.
Alright, adios. Can't wait to see you guys.
All right.
Bye, Brogan.
See you,
See
man.
bud.
Cool name.
So that was Brogan, Melanie's main squeeze. Yeah, what else? Any cool PE questions before we move on to Easter is coming. Tomorrow is Easter.
Oh, shit.
I can't wait.
Anybody got any more questions? I didn't want to like cruise through.
No, we'll make
Maybe
a
we'll
note of
jump-
it. Maybe.
Oh, I got one
maybe I'll
more.
think
You're
of
here for the
something
whole
later.
hour, right?
I am.
She's
Okay.
here. She
I'm
doesn't
not
have to
going
go.
anywhere.
I got one more real quick before we move on. Grading. Have you ever flunked a kid in PE, or is it just like, okay, it's PE, as long as you show up, you're gonna get a C at least, or
So,
yeah, hit us with the
Uh-oh.
shit. Come on.
my
Lay it on
school
us.
that I'm at, we do standard-based grading,
Okay.
which means the highest grade you can get is a 4. The lowest grade you can get is a 0.5 or an incomplete.
Can you get a 4 plus or a 4 minus? Okay.
Nope. So it goes 0.5, 1, 1.52, 2.5, and so on, all the way up to 4. And I have my standards, and I assess them at least 3 times or more on each standard, and whatever they show consistency in, that's the grade they get in that final standard. So if they get in a certain standard, if they get like a 2, and a 3.5, they're gonna get a 2 in that grade, that final. Does that make sense?
So it's just the mode.
Yeah.
Whatever
it's the
score
mode,
they
yeah.
get most often.
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, it's an interesting grading system.
Do you like it or?
I don't.
Okay.
Because kids can turn stuff in late and still have
Turn
like,
stuff in late, like jumping jacks and push-ups. You can they can be in your front
So,
yard, like Mrs. Egbert, I'm out
PE
here.
Here it is.
PE is very different. Whereas I assign they have to write papers sometimes for me.
What?
They have
What?
written assessments and tests, or skill assessments.
Wow.
Well, we did
as
the
well
written tests
as-
in school.
As well as one of my standards is in a self-reflection. I have them do self-reflections on every unit that we do, as well as group reflections. How well did you work with your team? Did your team cooperate and things like that? Certain questions on that aspect. But I give this last unit, I had them compare and contrast 3 various types of footballs that we learned in PE, and they had to tell me the similarities and differences other than the color and size of the ball that you play with. Like, so
Different
more
rules
is like
or
the
something?
rules and stuff like that. So how are they similar? How are they different?
Talking about like 8-man football or like what?
No, so when I say world of football, like rugby is a type of football.
Okay.
American football, soccer, Gaelic.
Oh, you
Gaelic.
put those all
Gaelic.
same bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gaelic is
not Canadian football.
well, there's we could go on and on, but
Okay,
so those are my
Right,
4 that I do, and Gaelic is an Irish football.
What's
so
that all about?
basically,
You just get drunk.
Get shit faced.
I think we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
we're playing Gaelic.
We get together every week. We play a round of Gaelic football.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Ready for some Gaelic football.
So they all originated from a Greek sport where it came from the idea of 2 teams playing against each other, and they had a ball, and somehow working together, getting the ball into their zone.
I thought you just meant they had a good time at first.
And they also had a beer in their hand. No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
Cool. That's cool.
Different things. So I test them, and they all complain about it because it's PE, and I'm like, well, I gotta somehow see if you're understanding the content and you're gaining something from what I'm teaching you.
Cool.
And also, what the fuck do they know?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Shut up.
I also had a
You want the
student come
C?
up to me and said,
You want the
I'm
C?
an
You want the C?
athlete. I deserve a 4 in your class. I'm like, well, you're not an athlete on paper.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would love to see how those Sean
Yeah.
Whites
Yeah.
react to their,
Yeah.
Who
their
told you
paper
that?
assignments.
Yeah.
Who told you that you're an athlete, sweetie?
That's great. Then PE should be easy for you. But
I've got one. So you're a young person. You're like 25-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mhm.
Are there other teachers at your school that you would consider peers? Do you guys hang out? What's the culture like among the teachers?
There is one other teacher at my school that is also 25. Other than that, it's 30s and up.
Geezers.
We try to do like a Friday like happy hour, but that's rare.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends. Some teachers get together and have a beer. Some teachers don't.
Yeah.
So to each their own. I guess it
You
just
got any
depends.
buds like in the staff or like
I live with one of the teachers I work with. So we hang out just cause.
Just 'cause, yeah.
Just like we live
Yeah.
in the same household. And
Sorry
it's
if
like,
you're
we're both
listening to
home.
this
Yeah.
and you thought you had a real friendship, whoever that other teacher is.
We picked out drapes together.
We had to one time buy a strainer for noodles. We don't know. I
So
don't know.
that's hanging out.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We have good times.
It's called a colander.
I know. I say strainer.
No, that's not correct.
No, Maggie busts
I
my
say
balls.
strainer,
talking
Like a
too.
sieve? Are you talking about like a sieve?
No, colander.
If you get the wrong size colander, your noodles will be hanging out.
True.
Get all noodly.
No one wants to be caught with their noodles hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Good lord.
That's all I got.
All right,
At this day and
Yeah.
age.
So
guys, Melanie,
PE.
PE. I think we can
Physical
move on,
education.
right? Or is
Yeah,
ready to
look
move on?
into DDP yoga.
All right, before
About-
we do anything else,
That's
Look
your
into it a
homework.
little more
Homework.
because it's amazing.
Homework for the teacher.
You gotta do it.
Did it today for like $1 million.
before we move on, who saw the new Star Wars trailer,
Yeah.
The Last Jedi? Come on.
I think it's just
It's
you
good.
two.
It's so good.
Who else?
I
saw it.
meant to. I knew we were going to talk
Fuck,
about
you
it, and
didn't see it.
How
I
did you
didn't do
not
I'm
see
sorry.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
I was,
I'm in the same boat. You
No?
explicitly told me to see it, and then I.
oh Jesus!
Yeah.
It's just YouTube. Carl
Do
saw
you
it.
want to cut and watch it?
No.
Okay.
We
Alright.
can
we
take
could.
a-
Yeah, let's
that's
cut.
not a bad
All right,
idea.
Take a second, watch
so
it.
listeners, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut for a moment, and then we're gonna watch this motherfucker. Then we're gonna come right back, and it's fucking
You're being
Star
so,
Wars.
like this isn't live. Nobody, you're so intense. And it's not
No, this
live.
is
No,
live.
that's
Don't
fine.
cut this
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Okay.
we won't cut this.
No, but I mean nobody's listening right now. Like, oh,
What are you talking about? Your mother's listening. Like, oh my boy, I'm so proud.
not right now, but she will eventually. Of course.
Right now
All right.
is
No, she's asleep.
whenever it hits someone's ears.
Before we do that, though, I want to tell you guys about Columbus's hottest new steakhouse. It's called House of Screams. This is in Grove City, down there by Scioto Downs. Yeah, it's got
Love that
cold
group.
water lobsters and grass-fed horses. Everything is slaughtered on a Hollywood soundstage. So you know you're getting quality. Stop on by now through Mother's Day. You can order up a trifecta. That's 3 6-ounce center cut fillets from our most popular horses. We have Arabian.
Closer.
Shetland pony.
A pony sounds like a
And
monkey.
Dutch warm blood.
Dutch warm blood.
Grove City House of Screams. That sounds delicious.
Is that our sponsor this week?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So short break. We're gonna watch the Star Wars trailer. Now I'm hungry because all I can think of is that that warm blood you mentioned.
Get the trifecta. You can't lose.
So what do we say? Podcast right back?
Yeah.
Or we'll be back or something?
Podcast right back.
Podcast right back.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
Podcast
right back.
Star Wars
Right now.
All right, so we just watched the Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer. Carl and I had seen it 400 times. This was Joe, Melanie, and Kevin's first viewing. So let's fucking get into it real quick. We'll try to keep it short, but first impressions, Kevin, go.
I mean, it's a Star Wars movie. It was really epic. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, obviously. It goes without saying. The thing that stuck out to me, the one shot with Kylo Ren kind of walking through there was some fire, looked like a T-1000 kind of cutting a line with all these badasses behind him. It made me really excited for whatever's going on there.
Are you talking about the ships that were like sort of ripping across that
No.
landscape?
He was on foot. It was him walking through some fire or some shit. And no, did I hallucinate?
He was
this?
holding his lightsaber out. Is that what you saw? When
No,
he
I
has
saw
this-
a guy with a mask, a
Oh,
robot
okay.
mask,
Was that in
walking
there?
through a fire.
I don't know.
I don't think that
I
was
may have
in there.
missed it.
I could have
There's
hallucinated
a
the
lot
whole
of quick
thing.
stuff.
We're gonna watch it again, guys.
I
Quick
didn't
break,
write-
and then we'll be right back.
I didn't make note of that. I saw you see Kylo Ren with the saber.
Yeah, his
There.
badass saber.
Yeah.
You see Kylo Ren's smashed mask on the ground. I think that's something to
Yeah.
get a wet boner about. Like, just think about that. Like, I liked that mask. I thought the character was awesome with that shit because you know that he wants to pursue Vader's
Yeah, he's trying to
dream,
be
right?
Vader.
Yeah, he's trying to be Vader. There's no reason for him to wear this mask other than to
look cool.
Yeah. and put fear in the hearts of all rebel, whatever, sympathizers and all this. So you got the Kylo Ren mask shattered on the ground. You got this training montage kind of feeling vibe with Rey and Luke on the island that we see at the end of Force Awakens. Melanie, where are you coming in on all this? Go ahead.
Oh, I know nothing about Star Wars.
Okay. PE teachers do not like Star Wars.
It's a girl on a podcast and she's not a nerd. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Maybe the first
Holy
time
shit.
ever. Yeah.
No,
They
but first-
exist. They exist. There are girls on podcasts who aren't huge nerds.
Let's get Gazero's response on that. Where you at, man? I mean, did you see this thing? Did you like episode 7? Where you at?
Yeah, I liked episode 7. I mean, you could probably put a piece of Spam on a plate and show that for 2 minutes, and you'd still give you $14 to see Star Wars episode 8.
Yeah, sold.
So, yeah, it's not. I don't really like to read too much into trailers because I don't know what's going to happen. I would prefer not to know too much about what's going to happen.
But that's what I like about teasers is you can only speculate. You get these little glimpses of moments from the movies, like these whatever these ships were sort of tearing across
red
the
cloud.
Yeah.
whatever's going on, visually striking.
Definitely.
That looked it still felt like Star Wars, but something new's going on. They're shitting out chili peppers out of their ass, and they're just like flying across this desert.
All right, so where did they land on that Carrie Fisher situation?
Okay, I got some deets on that.
That's my question.
So all her filming is done for episode 8, and they have some scenes prepared for episode 9. So 2018 December, or no,
2019.
19,
Because
excuse
we're gonna
me.
get another.
18 will be another
yeah.
off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Star Wars
Is that
story.
the Han Solo?
Hopefully Boba Fett, but maybe Han Solo. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm ready for that teaser too. But yeah, we got the training montage. You got these cool red spaceships, blasting across the desert. Did you guys see the scene where like Finn is in like sort of cryo sleep or something? He's like,
yeah, what the hell?
What's going on there?
I got that in my notes. Is he dead?
I got questions.
Yeah.
Where do we see Finn last in
That's what I was trying
in
to
the new
think.
movie?
Is
Yeah.
like, did something happen to him? Or I don't think so.
Who's
He's
got
all right.
Who's got
Well,
Finn
it's fine.
deeds?
I don't know too much about Finn, but I'm just trying to connect all the dots because you mentioned training montage. You've got Rey and Luke on this remote island or whatever.
Yes.
It's sort of a parallel there between Luke and Yoda in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
That's
right.
hard to miss.
Yeah.
And then you have Finn in this cryo sleep, which is kind of a callback to Han, frozen in carbonite, possibly.
Yes.
Look at you,
So there's
yeah.
just,
Very Empire.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that I don't know if I'm reaching too far here, but you guys mentioned the smashed mask or whatever. That leads us to some speculation that maybe Kylo Ren is either destroyed or there's the possibility for him to do a face turn.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Luke at the end of the trailer says, "I know one thing. It's time for the Jedi to end." Maybe we see some kind of transition where Luke is becoming a bad guy at the same time Kylo
How fun would
becomes our
that be?
hero.
How
A
fun
double
would that be?
Of WrestleMania 13.
What
Yeah.
a mega twist. No, and when I saw the Smash Mask, that's what I thought. I never thought that, okay, we're done with Kylo. I thought
he's given up the dark.
something's changing. And that scene with Han, spoiler alert, Han Solo totally survives all of the events of Episode 7, Force Awakens. No one dies in this movie at all. So you're safe there if you haven't. No, Han totally dies. But like, when I was watching that scene, like he drops his helmet down. He just like doesn't seem to give a shit about the helmet, even at that point in the movie.
Yeah.
In the last one, 7.
Yeah. It's like the helmet is nothing. It's a like what you're saying earlier. It's an accessory.
Takes
It's
takes his dad out and then has that epic battle with Finn and Rey out in the snow and stuff on whatever that planet is. That's the Sun Eater planet, Star Killer base. Yeah, just fuck. I don't know. I got a giant erection for this movie. I'm ready to go spend my money. I'll probably see it twice. Melanie, did you see the Rogue One feature-length film?
Nope.
Nope.
The
Okay.
Rogue One.
I was just waiting for.
The last time I've seen a Star Wars movie is when you all were a little bit older than I was, and I was little, and it was the really old school.
I just want to stop you for a minute because we've always been
The
exactly
no, I
the
know.
same.
You know what I mean? Like
back when you were a little older than me.
Always
Yes.
in
Before we all became the same age.
Right.
Melanie
That's what happens.
Melanie can control time.
I-
All right?
Or you
I
became
teach
a lot
sports.
older than
I don't know anything else.
I was
It's
just
not a science teacher.
I was just waiting for a Led Zeppelin song in the trailer, which never came. which
That's
is
the
good.
Guardians of the Galaxy trailer you're thinking of. Yeah.
And it's not a Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Couldn't make
And
that
the
happen.
You did see that one?
No, I couldn't do it.
Melanie, dropping the ball.
was it
No, I
the
tried.
Didn't like it.
No.
Okay.
There's another one.
It's
There's
good to have
There's
your
a
input,
DC
though.
movie
Yeah.
that just used it recently too. What's the next DC thing that's coming out?
You got the Justice League, is that right? That Justice League trailer came out. That
But I don't think it was
Aquaman?
that one. Was it? Isn't
Wonder
there-
Woman.
Yeah, I think
Wonder
Wonder Woman has like immigrant song or something.
Did
No, it's Ragnarok.
I'm
Ragnarok
has
has-
when the levee breaks. I
Yes,
think.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
dude, that might be a good one.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
movie looks really good. But
So
Zeppelin songs everywhere in
so-
trailers now.
2017 total geek out, marathon. You got Thor, Ragnarok. You got Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Ooh,
Way in December. You got Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You got a Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2 situation. This is a good time. This is a good year for go have fun and laugh and feel like a kid again. Movies year.
Yeah.
I'm amped. I don't know.
Nerds are running the fucking world.
I'll go
Yeah,
see Wonder
too.
Woman.
It's great.
Wonder Woman seems cool. Actually,
it
the
looks
trailer.
Cool.
It's that
Yeah.
theme. That theme they have. I don't know if you guys can remember the theme they have for Wonder Woman. It's just like electric guitar, and it's.
Well, I think she's
Sounds
gonna
familiar.
get close to becoming the Wonder Woman, and then all
Is
of a
that
sudden, Donald Trump is gonna.
Is that the Led
That's
Zeppelin thing
Immigrant
we were
Song.
talking about?
Yeah.
They just
It's
used
in
that for
that
Wonder
too.
Woman?
It's
Is
in
the
that
villain
too, isn't it?
that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Immigrant Song is in Wonder Woman, and then When the Levee Breaks is in. What did you say it was in?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah, Ragnarok.
I always thought Led Zeppelin was really
Awesome?
awesome. But like I thought they always tried to keep their music out of movies and stuff, and maybe just the
Yeah, but-
clock
Oh!
ran out on that or
Yeah,
something.
that, I mean,
Well-
that was like the 70s.
Yeah.
Like it.
But some of their stuff is about like Ragnarok. It kind of fits.
Yeah.
Because and like if they were
The
ever
Destroyer.
featured in like a Lord of the Rings movie or something, it would I think fit
Yeah,
too.
half their lyrics have to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
throwing
yeah, I
Mountain
mean,
Dew
like,
and throwing a rain into a fire.
Especially if it was Battle of Evermore or
Not
something.
Mountain Dew, that was Zelda. That was,
Yeah.
I confused my terrible mountains, yeah.
Wait, Mount Doom?
Yeah.
Death Mountain.
Death
That's
Mountain.
Zelda.
What's Mountain Doom then?
Thinking of Mountain Dew.
Mount-
Yeah, it's a drink.
Mount Doom is from
It's a drink that you
Close
can get
Encounters
monthly
of the
from.
Third Kind or Indiana
Doom.
Jones or something.
Wait, is there a Mountain Dew? There should be a Mountain Dew.
There
Who-
has to be.
Write a script.
Who is ready for a bout of trivia?
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
I think we should do it.
We all are, I
Weekly
think.
trivia.
answer
We
that.
must.
Don't forget, anytime a guest wins the night, that's the majority of our 5 points that we'll award. Kevin, explain it.
So, so we keep kind of a running scoreboard here at Podcast Right Now. The hosts participate in a series of mini games. Trivia would be an example of that, where if one of the hosts wins the weekly game, we get a point towards our bro out night on the town. Basically, we all go out, and whoever won the leaderboard most recently doesn't have to pay. That happens when someone gets 5 points. And so the deal is, if a host wins the game, we get 1 point. The guest wins, you get 3. So that's an incentive for you to come back, be on the show again, and you only have to win
Nice.
twice. If you're eating for free, that's rich.
So when I fly back home, I'll eat for free.
Yeah, so if you fly round trip from Denver to Columbus, we will pay for
A $25 dinner.
yeah.
Basically,
Including beers.
You're making money, basically.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're making money.
Worth it.
You could put it in your back pocket too and just save it too.
Yeah.
Tell me if this is right. I have the current scoreboard in front of me,
Mhm.
but I feel like maybe I didn't leave off the second half. I didn't add on the scores of the second half of episode 4 and 5 or episode 5. So here's the scoreboard right now. Joe 3, Carl 0, Kevin 1, me 0, Tyler Grissom 1
Yep.
from fantasy football. Does that all
Yep.
sound right? Okay.
Good
Fantasy
yeah,
baseball,
That
yeah.
sounds alright.
I
Yeah,
thought, I
yeah.
thought
Okay.
I had 4. Didn't I win last week?
Trivia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your 3.
Hmm.
That was episode 4 though.
Yeah, but you haven't won every single time we played.
Oh, I just assumed I had.
Kevin won one, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
I think I had 4 though, but it's fine.
In the theme of
Still winning.
we're gonna kind
We
of
win
do
more,
some
though.
we're gonna do some Easter and some Jesus resurrection type.
I need a pen, sir.
Well, use your words, man. I can't.
I
I
need a pen 15.
don't speak.
All right. Carl's giving me his pen 15.
All right, Carl has a pen, and Joe has a pen. Everyone has a pen. We're good. Paper.
Who gave
All right,
you
so
the pen that was right in front of you?
we're gonna ask 5 multiple choice questions. Write down your answer.
All right.
We'll start with one. What do you guys want to do first, Easter or Jesus movies?
Yeah.
I don't think you can mention
Oh, is
one
that too
without the
different?
other.
Yeah,
So,
different.
Let's do Easter.
okay.
Let's do it.
All right,
Wait, I have a question.
go ahead.
Are there a lot of good movies set in the Easter?
No.
No, nothing except for like maybe religious movies. Or...
I can't think of an Easter
No.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you got like Hop. Isn't Hop an animated kids film or something? There's definitely a rabbit Easter egg movie that came out in 2013 that has to
There
exist.
should be though.
There
Good,
should be
good
one,
call,
yeah.
Joe. We'll make a note of that.
No, Christmas and Halloween, they get the movies. Everything else can.
Easter kind of just gets.
Yeah. All right.
Shat on?
Mm-hmm.
Shat?
4th of July also
Oh yeah.
get some movies.
Independence
Yeah.
Day.
Good 4th of July
Jaws.
movies.
John.
Easter trivia question 1.
Isn't one of the Die Hard set in the 4th of July?
Maybe. I don't know,
Die Hard
Joe.
4?
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one that saw that one.
What? Yeah, Die Hard 4 is still fine.
Gross domestic income $12.50.
What's the
Joe
first
Gazzaro.
question?
I have it on DVD if you want to watch it.
$28.50.
Are you talking
Joe
about Live
Gazzaro.
Free, Die Again or Russia with Love?
Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard is awesome.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
Okay.
it's almost Easter, guys. Tomorrow's Easter. Your first question. The art of painting eggs is called pansaka and originated in what country? Is it A, Russia, B, Ukraine, C, Netherlands, or D, Switzerland? The art of painting eggs is called pansaka. That's Pyssanka. If you need to look at that word or whatever, you can't look over here, Melanie. I have all the answers.
What was it? Russia, Ukraine, Netherlands, or
A, Russia, B, Ukraine, C, Netherlands, or D, Switzerland, yeah? Right next to the Kajordan frauds, yeah? It's my Swiss accent. It's pretty good. Switzerland, yeah. Borky. I don't know.
Skirty birdie her.
Everybody got their answers written down?
a skirty bird?
You got a good guess, Mel?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with Melanie, our guest. What's your guess, guest?
Russian.
Okay, Russian. She chose option A. Why did you pick Russia?
It just sounded Russian.
Just felt good. Sounded
Felt good, yeah.
Okay. TV's Joe Gazzaro.
I went with Russia, but I think it's Ukraine. But I went with Russia. That's what I wrote down.
Confirmed Russia.
Yes.
I said Ukraine. The Y in the word, I guess, spoke to me as Ukraine. And Russians, I don't think historically have had the kind of disposable eggs that they could be using them for decoration. So
True story.
Ukraine for me.
I went with Switzerland. I try to get into my opponent's heads, and I figured everyone's gonna go either Ukraine or Russia, obviously. So I went Switzerland. Dark horse.
The correct answer, the art of painting eggs called Pysanka. It originated in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Good job. Kevin earns a point.
We're chirp.
Out to
Work.
an early lead.
How do you get points if you're asking the question?
I just
He's just recording.
Other-
yeah, I'm not even worried about it.
We're trying to have other games. so
Well,
that
and
John gets
next
to
week I'll do the
pitch in.
baseball thing. Do you have those numbers to give people?
I do, yeah. We'll,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to
We'll
that.
cover it.
Yeah. All right. So question 2, we're gonna do Jesus movies. The Passion of the Christ is currently the highest-grossing rated R movie in the U.S. box office. It earned $370 million. What movie comes in second place? Is it A, American Sniper, B, Deadpool, C, The Hangover, or D, Logan? Passion of the Christ, directed by
Jesus?
basically
Christ of
Jesus,
Nazareth?
Mel Gibson.
It's pronounced Jim Caviezel. Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel plays JC in the film. Lots of violence.
Laugh out loud comedy of the
This
year.
is an R for violence, not language or nudity.
Give me that rundown one more time before.
You got it.
answers.
You got it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We want to know what movie came in second place on the highest grossing R-rated film list in U.S. box office history. Is it A, American Sniper, B, Deadpool, C, The Hangover, or D, Logan? These are your options. We'll start with Carl if everyone's written an answer down. What'd you pick and why, Carl boy?
I haven't picked yet, but I'm going to live right now pick my answer.
New twist. Like it.
And I think it's oh fuck.
Do we need to start?
Deadpool and Hangover drive me crazy, but I'm gonna go Deadpool.
It's going Deadpool. All right.
So I'm gonna go American Sniper. To me, it's kind of similar to the Passion of the Christ, just in the, I guess I think it comes from a place of guilt or whatever that motivates people going to see these movies. And American Sniper stands out to me because Deadpool and Logan, comic book movies, The Hangover, hard comedy, Traditionally, those movies at an R rating suffer a little bit in the box office because the younger audiences that go to see the movies buy a ticket for something else. So I'm going to go with American Sniper.
All right. I love it.
Good strategy on
yeah.
a younger
I like
audience's
all
buying
of it.
tickets for something else.
TV's Joe Gonzaga.
I went with good old Deadpool. I think it's probably not Deadpool, but I went with it. I think it's probably answer C, but I went with Deadpool.
Okay, Melanie, what'd you pick?
I went with Deadpool on
All
this
right.
one.
Well, Melanie, you're a goddamn American champion because the answer is Deadpool.
All right.
Good job, Joe. Good
Ooh.
job,
I
Carl.
remember
Points.
hearing about that.
We have a 4-way tie.
Yeah.
American Sniper. Kev,
Come on.
did you see that movie, by the way?
No.
It's not good. Don't worry about
It's
it.
not.
I wasn't going to.
Is that
If
is
you
that
were-
the one
if
with
you
the
were
It's
concerned-
okay.
yeah.
Same
plastic
ideas.
baby?
Yeah, fake babies.
Okay.
I did watch it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It's about. Is that about Chris Kyle?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
He's a lying piece of shit.
Yeah,
So.
he didn't
Whoa.
punch.
He
No,
is-
All right.
he said he punched so and so in the face, the wrestler, right?
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah,
that
there
was
you go.
completely fabricated. There are tons of other lies in his book.
Yeah.
If you read that.
Oh, Jesse tried to sue him or did sue him.
Jesse
did, yeah.
successfully sued him.
He sued him post-mortem, too.
He started
Yeah.
that lawsuit started while he was alive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They tried to say, well, he's suing his wife, but he was suing the estate.
Yeah.
And he had every right to.
I think the lawsuit is what killed him.
Most likely.
All right,
No.
here's your next Easter question, you guys. Happy Easter, everyone, if you believe in God and stuff.
Guys, wait, where are we on the John Egbert tire jokes? Have the technologies?
Not now.
God damn.
Okay, no, keep going.
All right, here we go. We're going to keep going. We're going to stay on track here.
I can't even
Do you have one?
shuffle.
No.
It's not. It
Then,
doesn't.
no.
then why would you
Yeah.
bring it
Right
up?
there,
Yeah.
you.
Just start taking stuff.
If you
Fucking psychopath, man.
I just want to know where we stood on those.
All right, when making hard-boiled eggs, adding blank can help keep egg whites from running out of an egg if it cracks while you're cooking it. Is the answer A, salt, B, oil? What's up?
keep going.
Is it C, vinegar, or D, brown sugar? The obvious answer. What's up? What did I?
Nothing.
Did I mess anything up?
I'll cover it when
All right,
I know
okay.
my answer.
Did you come up with a John Egbert tire joke?
No.
All right. So, anyways, when making hard-boiled eggs, adding blank can help prevent the egg whites from running out of a shell if it cracks while cooking. Once again, salt, oil, vinegar, brown sugar. Melanie, your answer.
Salt.
Salt. Why did you pick salt, Mel?
Just sounded good.
You like salt.
Mhm.
Little sodium, baby.
Mhm.
TV's Joe Gonzaga.
I also went with the salt ski.
Salt skis.
Yeah. No real reason. I don't make a lot of hard-boiled eggs, so I don't know.
Well, I just heard if you
Goddamn
add
thing
it
about it.
in to boiling water,
Mm-hmm.
it just helps the process.
We can only hope.
Process aid. What do you got, Kev?
All right. So I'm setting myself up maybe to be embarrassed here. The reason I freaked out, I started flailing my arms. I had an idea. If I could tell you the answer without it being multiple choice, I wanted to maybe get some kind of extra credit. I'm almost positive that it's vinegar. I've been making a lot of poached eggs recently, and they suggest adding vinegar to the water because it keeps the egg in more of a, keeps it from feathering out.
Right.
Which that's an egg that you crack on purpose, but I think the same logic would hold that it's all, I don't know, keeps it condensed.
And just for the listeners at home, if you want to poach an egg, you want to bring that water to just below boiling point, all right? And just want to, is that right, poaching?
I don't know if I've heard that. The thing about poaching,
Tried so hard.
well, the thing about poaching is once you bring the water to a boil, you create a whirlpool. So you want to stir it up, get it going real fast, and then you have the eggs cracked into a small, an egg cup, or what do they call it? Fucking
Weird-
ramekin.
Weird English
Yeah,
people
yeah.
things.
That's-
I
yeah.
just call
Don't
them
even
that,
know.
So you have that ready, and then you drop it gently into the center of the whirlpool.
And then it does its shit.
Yeah, then it forms around itself. I don't know. how to
Science-
describe it.
science takes over is
how
what
does
happens.
the vinegar factor into this whole thing?
So
it
the
together.
vinegar, I don't know scientifically why it does it.
I want to change my answer.
You can't do
I
that.
also
not how it
wanted to
works.
make sure you guys wrote it down. Because
Yeah.
I
I gotta
might be
have-
stealing my answer.
I gotta have my stupid answer too.
My answer actually looks like I wrote down clit instead of salt.
God damn it.
I'm pretty sure Carl wrote down brown sugar too. I don't know what's
Oh,
going on.
That's the second fucking clit joke I'm gonna have to cut.
You don't cut the
And
clits,
we-
man.
we-
No,
That's a
this is
clit.
not South
That's
Africa.
fine, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Wait, they don't do that down there.
Jesus
Carl,
Christ.
sorry,
Sure.
Carl. did you have more? Or
No, that's all I got.
We didn't cut you. Okay.
what, what was your answer, Carl?
I went salt too because I thought I was
Alright,
smart.
so,
but Kevin.
Kevin, while I appreciate your
Oh,
enthusiasm,
It's
no!
salt.
It is salt, isn't it?
No, it's brown sugar,
Is it
probably.
can I finish?
Yeah.
It's just that-
Kevin, while I appreciate your enthusiasm
Yeah.
and trying to, flail your arms around and get
Yes,
extra
yes.
points and all that, if you feel like you know the answer, wait for the answers or the options and
But-
then pick your answer. You were correct. The
Okay,
answer
all
is
right,
vinegar.
okay.
Oh man.
Wow.
Also, fun fact: salt is good, by the way, for the peeling.
Cracking,
Yeah.
cracking
Yeah,
the shell.
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
right.
Well, and to bring it to a boil faster.
Good fake answer.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Brown
and then
sugar.
that was a dumb one. I mean, sometimes you gotta throw a dumb
As
one
long
in
You
as
there.
tried to throw
Take
us off with
ownership
brown
of
sugar
that.
too. You said something towards the end there that alluded towards brown sugar being the answer.
He just said the obvious answer
Yeah.
sarcastically.
Sarcastically,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
sarcasm. And then fun fact about boiling eggs this year for your Easter celebrations. Did you guys know you could steam eggs? I've never
Oh
tried
yeah.
this.
Yes.
Oh
What is
yeah. I had a product.
I didn't know you could
You can also
steam
bake
eggs.
'em.
Bake them?
Yep.
That's wacky. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah,
You put
but
them
yeah.
in a muffin tin
No,
and then you bake them.
that sounds made up.
It's a real thing.
Nope, sounds
You
awful.
guys talk about eggs for just a minute while
Okay.
I release some lemonade.
I'll tell them all about it. So I used to have
Gotta
a
make
product.
water.
It was one of those made-for-TV things. I forget what it was called, but it was for steaming eggs, and it was just this little dome. It was a hot plate basically. You plugged it in. There was a little pan where you could put a little bit of water, and then there was a needle where you could poke the top of the egg, plug it in, the steam happens, and it all comes out of that hole so that the egg wouldn't explode basically.
Huh.
Oh.
I'm not sure where you can buy one or what it's called, but if you just Google egg steaming
Yeah, egg
as seen on
steamer.
TV,
Who knows?
yeah, you'll probably find
something
it.
like that.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it though because you can boil eggs and
He burned our house down.
Well,
yeah, just boil an egg or poach an egg.
or bacon it.
What's this baking? in
Yeah,
there?
tell us
I wanna
about
hear- I wanna
baking
hear about
So
this.
you put an egg inside of a muffin tin, each egg, one egg per muffin tin, and then you bake it for like 30 minutes. And I don't know quite on the temperature, but yeah, it's supposed to be like easy to peel, and they're like perfect
Is it
little hard
just like
You
a
mean
hard
boiled
boiled
eggs.
egg?
It's a hard boiled egg, and it's like
Oh, okay. I was picturing cracking it into the muffin tin.
no. So you
Okay.
put the egg in its shell in each muffin tin, and then you bake them, and then it's supposed to be easy to peel for a hard boiled egg.
All right,
Yeah.
so you guys can try
There
that
you
out.
go. Life hack, folks.
Yeah, life hack.
Don't boil that water up.
Bake them.
Spill it on the floor.
And while John's
Or
it is.
steam them.
While
Or
John's
steam
still peeing, I guess we want to touch on our sponsor from last week again, FuelNibblers.com. If you guys are looking for a snack solution, just check out our website. This is a real thing. You can subscribe. We'll send you hand-picked convenience store style snacks every month, $49.95. FuelNibblers.com. It's the monthly snack that can't bring them back.
Again, your children will not be raped, by the way.
I feel like for marketing, just rape is it's an aggressive word.
Yeah,
Almost
it's strong-
never.
Just say
It's a strong word.
abducted or
They
something.
won't be.
I know, but
But they won't be raped.
But you're
But
still
that's
using
still
that
saying
word
it,
Bring
rape.
it up.
still saying it.
No,
yeah.
no, but it's positive because they won't be raped.
Yeah, but
Violently and
Jesus movies question 3. Are you ready,
Question-
contestants?
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
going back. Okay.
Total. Yeah. Here we go. We're kind of bouncing back and forth between Nazareth Cinema and.
the tagline's going on the website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that tagline.
Thank
though.
you.
That's good. Joe made it strange by adding on the.
What?
Yeah.
What
That's
was?
not part of
But what was yours? The.
the tagline.
Yeah.
FuelNibblers.com. It's the monthly snack that can't bring them back.
I love that. That's fine. Put that on a shirt. All right. Here's your question.
very small subtext. they won't be raped.
Nope.
God
Yeah,
damn
no.
you.
No,
that's
that's
not part of it.
No, that's not right. Yeah, don't do that.
Never say rape on the podcast again.
Again, I said won't be, so it's a positive. Won't be raped.
The
It's
word.
great. Nope.
Who plays the role of Jesus Christ of Nazareth in the 1965 movie The Greatest Story Ever Told? Oof.
Billy D. Williams.
Han, you son of a bitch. No. So yeah, who plays the role
Although
of
heaven is it's the ultimate cloud city.
Yeah,
True.
it is.
If we get
Should be Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams.
All right. Answers, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, Carl. You should just. I mean, you're down 1 point to Kevin, so you should focus. But anyways, here we go. Who plays Billy D. Williams in Rocky? Not wait, what am I doing? Fuck that up.
Rocky?
Rocky.
Who plays the role of JC?
It's Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I always
Billy
no.
D. Williams plays Carl Weathers. In Rocky.
No,
Biography.
I have been known to confuse Billy D. Williams.
Such a racist.
No, don't say that.
That's not.
You're the only person to say racist and rape on this episode.
It's been like 2 minutes since you said rape.
Give us a break,
I don't
buddy.
know why it's
Melanie, where you weigh in on
relevant.
Oh shit. Nick Cage.
this? All right, well, hold on.
Not a fan of rape.
All right, so here's your options, guys.
Yeah, I need an option.
Yeah, who played JC in the 1965 movie The Greatest Story Ever Told? Was it A, Charlton Heston, B, Max von Sydow, probably saying that wrong, C, Michael Anderson Jr., or D, Peter Graves? How many of these names do you even recognize?
One of them.
Okay, so first of all, to give you a mental image, Max von Sydow, still feel like I'm saying that wrong. S-Y-D-O-W. How would you guys say that?
S-Y-D-O-W?
Yeah. Sydow?
Sydow.
Sounds like.
Okay.
That sounds right, and I would say it as quickly as possible.
Sydow.
Just
So
to,
that
Yeah.
people.
so that no one notices
Not,
it. Yeah.
They don't have time to think about it.
Yep.
Sydow. Like I was.
Sydow.
Okay. Sydow. So that guy was in The Force Awakens. He's in the very beginning, and he gives
Ah.
Poe the plans for...
Oh, okay.
So that's that actor. He's an older guy. He's he's a publicly gaming. He's been around the game for a minute. So that's that guy. You know who Chuck Heston is, and then you got this Michael Anderson, and you got Peter Graves, also prominent, actors in the 1960s. Have you written your answers down? A, B, C, or D? Melanie says C. Melanie.
No, I meant
Oh.
C as in like yes.
Oh yes. C.
You gotta be really
Si,
careful about
senor.
that when you're
Si,
playing a
senor.
multiple choice game.
I have a lot of Hispanic students, so.
Joe, you want to tell her she's racist or what,
What do
man?
you got to say?
No,
Did you-
Melanie needs to. What did you actually answer with?
Oh, A.
Okay. Melanie went with A.
Chuck Heston.
Chuck Heston. I like it.
I don't know.
What do-
I don't have 1 point. I have 3. I got it
No, that's we'll
If you-
explain later.
If you win all,
Yeah.
if you win the night,
right.
if you win this whole game, because
We'll-
we have a
we'll
total
put official
scoreboard.
rules
Yeah.
for all our
Yeah,
mini
yeah,
games up on the
Okay,
website.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
If you guys are curious.
I thought you meant every.
No, this is
question,
this
right?
is the battle.
No, at the end of the night, you get 3 points, and it's
Yeah.
5 points to get the
Oh,
bro down
gotcha.
dinner. So,
Gotcha.
but guests are the only ones that can get 3
3.
points for winning a trivia.
Okay, that
round.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Joe, what is your answer?
I went with C. I don't know. Some guy I've never heard of in a movie I've never seen, so that's why I went with that.
I like your style,
Yep.
Kevin Shaw.
I also went with C. I was locked into A. I didn't know if Charlton Heston was going to be correct, but I thought it's what everyone else would say. I'm in the lead. I wanted to protect whatever. Towards the end, I decided I had to get onto Michael Anderson because kind of the same reasoning Joe was talking about. Someone I've never heard of. I feel like even as you were reading the answers, it was a little bit of a throwaway. Chuck Heston, too obvious. And I know he was in that movie, but I don't know that he was Jesus.
Planet of the Apes? Oh, no, this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, he wasn't Planet of the Apes.
He was.
Carl.
I went with Heston.
Heston.
Yeah.
I think you guys are all wrong.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a kind of a lousy question because none of us are 47.
Was it Corey Graves?
Was it D? Yeah.
The correct answer was Max von.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
Max von Sydow.
very
Sydow?
Russian name.
Just say it real quick.
Sydow.
Yeah. So just another fun fact. Charlton Heston was Moses in the Ten Commandments, or what was the movie? Are you there? You know what I'm talking
That's what I
about?
was
Is that the
thinking of.
title?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's
Yeah.
not The Last Temptation of Christ. That's Willem Dafoe, right?
That's
Or-
totally what
That
threw me
sounds
off.
right.
No,
Okay.
it's definitely the Ten Commandments.
The Ten Commandments,
That
okay.
Heston is in. Yeah.
All right, let's jump back to an Easter question. These movie questions suck.
Is this the last question? We're
This
doing
is
5?
question 4.
This is 5.
No, this is 5.
No, this is 4.
No,
This
this
is
is
five.
5.
We had
Oh,
Yeah,
what
one,
country
two,
did the
three,
egg decorating
Yeah,
come
yeah.
from?
Yeah.
Russian, Deadpool,
Highest
Salt,
grossing.
eh.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's 5.
That's question 5.
All right, listeners, just phone in if you think we're wrong. If this is 4 or 6.
Actually, let's say the listeners they live tweet us right now the right answer. Let's give them points.
So do I have this
Yeah,
wrong?
If they
you
live
can
tweet
do
us
that.
right now, I'll give them 1 billion points.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
the current scoreboard for this game tonight is Kevin 2, Joe, Carl, and Melanie all with 1. Does that sound right? Okay.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Your last question. Try to tie Kevin and hope Kevin gets it wrong. Here we go.
Joe, do you want to make any joke about what you could do after you tie Kevin?
No, I'm still working on the
Okay.
tire joke from.
Final question, Easter trivia. The standard 1.2 ounce Cadbury cream egg has how many calories?
Ooh.
Is the answer A, 50, B, 150, C, 200, or D, 300 calories? A, B, C, or D? Once again, a standard 1.2 ounce Cadbury cream egg. 50, 150, 200, or 300 calories. What are we eating with these cream eggs? Side fact, they're disgusting. Anyone that eats one of those, and if you're not 8, you should be locked up. It's a horrible. You like them?
Weird.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally
Okay.
agree with you right
Carl's
now.
with me.
I don't. I would never. I
Carl-
would never eat a delicious
You also said,
Cadbury
John,
cream
you're
egg
gonna
on the
eat them
Easter.
alone in the dark.
Carl made a face like, "How dare you!" Like I look forward to it every year.
They're delicious.
Yeah. No. I like the little ones. Those like
yeah, the little hard candy ones.
the hard ones that don't have all the like
Oh, the delicious stuff.
elf
inside?
jizz
Yeah.
in the inside or whatever. I
Elf
don't know.
jizz.
I don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Have you eaten one?
Jesus
All right.
put it there,
Ew,
whatever
they're
it is.
so
All right, so real quick before we answer and figure out our answers, who's eaten one this year? Has anyone eaten one this year? Who ate
No.
one last year?
Couldn't tell you
Oh,
the
yeah.
last
I
time
did
ate
last
one.
year.
Yeah. Isn't it weird? It's a 2-bite situation, right? You take one bite and
Then
then
it's like gooey.
and then
and
it's like
weird.
hanging everywhere and
It's a several bite situation
Yeah.
for me. I bite the top off and then I kind of like start to
Ah.
poke at and I don't know.
you give it a tongue.
You have a method.
Yes.
Tongue
Yeah.
punch it.
Tongue
Okay.
Jeez.
Jeez.
But I do prefer the Cadbury mini eggs, the hard
Yes.
The
candy
hard
shell.
ones. Those are good.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
a
the
Cadbury
originals are
milk
Creamy ones are weird.
Cadbury milk chocolate has sort of a different taste than Hershey's or
Yeah.
any of the other
Yep.
ones, just whatever product you're eating. But chocolate talk this week on Chocolate Talk.
Here's the follow-up. Where do we land on Peeps? I can eat one and then I
Ew.
get a
Yeah,
test.
Yeah.
they're fucking gross, man.
They're so gross.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we
All
all
right.
hate Peeps.
I could probably eat one.
Here's where
Still
But-
gross.
here's where I just like overall weigh in on like candy and ice cream and stuff. I'm not a goddamn kid anymore. Like I just don't go out for like sugary
things.
shit like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not looking for
Like
it
I don't want
anymore.
it. You know,
Ice
I
cream
don't know.
every now and again, but
Yeah.
But you know,
I'll eat a piece of cake at somebody's birthday, but usually once I get to the
not
icing,
gonna
I'm just
go
like,
buy
oh.
a candy bar.
here's
Too rich.
here's the deal. If they would release like a Ben and Jerry's Peeps flavored ice cream, that shit would sell. People would be like, "Oh, I fucking love Peeps all my life." Yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
I will say, buying a candy bar is like a weird thing to justify as an adult. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, under what circumstances do I need this
Is it-
other than like...
Right.
Is it
This-
Halloween or
Yet
something?
saw
What
an
the
adult
fuck?
walking down the street today with a Coca-Cola and a Reese cup king size in his hand.
Sure.
Was he wearing
Yeah.
Was he wearing like Jenkos?
No, he
Was
just
he a
had a
juggalo?
jiggly stomach.
Oh.
Was he wearing a WCW Monday Night Jericho shirt?
Women Crush Wednesday.
I will stand up a little bit for ice cream though, just because you
Love
mentioned
the ice cream.
you mentioned Ben and Jerry's if they did a peep flavor. Jenny's ice cream really popular here in Columbus.
Yeah.
Right now they have a flavor. I think it's called Super Moon, and the flavor is like breakfast cereal marshmallow. So like the marshmallows
Nope.
that come in Lucky Charms.
Nope, that's
No,
No,
that's-
it's good.
No,
it's good.
That's not.
I
it.
eat
I
it.
actually
bet it is.
I actually tried that one. It's really good until the listeria kicks in, and then then it's all sort of
Heyo.
downhill.
They
yeah.
sorted that out.
It's also
For the
really
third
awkward.
time, they sorted that
There
out.
was a lot
yeah.
of hysteria about that.
That's the name of an ice
Hysteria.
cream right
That
there,
big a
man.
deal.
It's really awkward when you're like reaching at the bottom of your ice cream cone to find your prize and just have a wet hand afterwards.
No, I just
Okay.
She cleaned it up.
Okay.
so just so we're clear for the PCRN listeners, ice cream yes, birthday cake yes, wedding cake yes. But if you're buying candy and you're over the age of 12 years old, no, like
That's
stop
hard
it,
no.
stop it.
That's too. I think that's too far.
Yeah.
A little mini, a little fun size at
Here's-
Halloween, sneak it in your mouth. That's fine. You
Yeah.
know?
But if you're physically going to
If
the
you're getting
store,
a candy,
like,
like who's eating
want a
candy?
candy
I just
bar.
don't understand it.
I got
so-
a candy buying story actually. If I could jump the gun.
Sure. Well, I don't know which. You do yours first, and maybe mine will
My
make sense.
my candy
after.
buying story resulted in a situation at the local Kroger. So I was looking up and down. I had a 6-pack in my hand. I was like, man, you know what would be topping off this 6-pack? Pack of Skittles. So I'm looking for Skittles.
Gonna make some Skittle brow.
I'm walking up and down looking for Skittles.
You disgust me.
I'm in a couple of different aisles. It's all gone. There's no Skittles in this aisle. There's no Skittles in this aisle. And I happen to go down one aisle, which has a dude there at Kroger. He's like, hey, what are you looking for? And I'm like, I'm looking for Skittles, man. And he starts helping me.
Did he laugh right in your face? Aren't you an adult?
No.
Where's your son? I don't see your son here.
He treated me with the proper respect that a Kroger customer carrying a 6-pack, wanting Skittles, would be deserving of.
Yeah, they treat you real
So-
well at Kroger.
So none.
Okay. So we were both looking down different aisles for Skittles, and then we finally found them, or I found them, and he went away, and then I came back and checked out with him. He's like, "You found them!" And he was so happy. And what happened after that was I handed him my card and I paid and everything, and then he went to like give me my receipt, and I thought he wanted to shake my hand after this event. So I shook his hand.
Oh, you're so lonely. You're so lonely, man. You just want to make a friend anywhere he goes. Nickname him Skittles, and you guys just hang out forever, huh?
I thought our transaction that happened was so great that we solved the problem of Skittles. I was like, all right, he's willing to congratulate me
Jesus.
in this. So,
No.
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
shook a Kroger
Get your filthy hand away from me.
man. No, he was definitely willing to go. Actually, like he was like brushing off his hat, and I thought he was reaching to shake my hand.
Did you reach up towards his hat where his hand was already?
I reached for
intercepted
his
it?
hand. I thought that's what he wanted to do, and he just
Wow.
went with it. Yeah.
He didn't make a
Yeah.
face. He went with it.
I'm gonna go self-checkout from now on. I
Yeah.
hope I never see that guy again. Yeah, it was super awkward, but
Wow.
also wonderful. I felt happy about
Okay.
the experience
All right.
afterwards.
So, first of all, I can see how that would be a meaningful experience in today's fast-paced world.
Sure.
All the technology.
This
the
rat race we
smartphones,
live in,
whatever,
man. Yeah.
You have that moment of human connection with a Kroger employee. I can see why you went there. And also, when it comes to buying candy as an adult, I think the rule of thumb is just take a good hard look in the mirror or at the reason why you're buying the candy. Sober guys, like 12-steppers, they'll eat a lot of candy. They drink a lot of soda.
It's like a replacement for.
Yeah, 'cause they have that
Smoke
drive,
the cigarettes
right?
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can
Coffee.
see if you're, whether it's drugs or you're just trying to change some behavior and you need to use candy as a motivational tool for whatever reason, I think that's probably okay too. The takeaway though is just if you're gonna buy candy, think about why you're doing it. Is what I would
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Right. If it's to, help with your sadness or your loneliness, and you're at Kroger's with a
I don't
12-pack,
like where
that
this
whoa,
is going.
whoa.
It was only a 6-pack.
I'm generalizing. I'm not. I'm
Okay.
just talking about anyone.
He said if.
If.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
If your name's Joe, if you live alone, if your dad kind of hates you a little bit, like whatever, that's
Well, I was
it's
gonna
not
say
for me to
like,
judge.
when I go to my parents' house, I open the refrigerator up. There's one of those little slots. There's some Reese cups in there. And
No,
my dad
yeah.
buys them. My dad
No,
buys them.
no.
He eats
Yeah.
them sometimes, and then we eat them when we visit.
Now here's what's cool. Here's what's cool about being a father. One of the perks is, for Halloween, Christmas, Easter, all these bullshit holidays. I'll grab a little Snickers, like fun size or whatever. Depending on what holiday it is, the wrapper's a different color. I'll pop one of those. But you can bet your sweet ass I'm not going to the grocery store or a gas station and like looking at the candy aisle
Physically
like,
buying one for
oh,
yourself.
what should I get?
which
What
one
kind
do
of
I
pure
want?
sugar should I consume tonight?
Right,
It's
peanut
gross. I have no
Guys,
respect for an
No,
adult.
you
that
just
eats
know what
sugar.
you want when you get
I
it.
just opened myself up there telling you about the way that I shook a man's hand at Kroger to buy a pack of Skittles, and I feel like I've been mocked for it. I feel like it's ostracization.
Why did you bring it up?
Well,
Do it again.
I opened myself up to this
Yeah, you're
podcast right now.
kind of asking for it. I mean, after a certain point.
Well, that's good.
All right. Anyways,
I shook a man's hand once. He's dead now, but I did it.
the standard 1.2 ounce Cadbury cream egg
Okay.
has how many calories?
All right, all
Good
right.
God, that's what
Is it 50, 150,
Oh,
200, or 300? Melanie, what do you got, man? You teach health and
derailed.
nutrition.
I
Oh.
said B, 150.
You went 150?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why? You just felt like that felt
Lots
realistic.
Of sugar,
Lots of sugar.
Of calorie intake on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're big.
What you got, Joe?
I went with B ski also, just because I felt like we haven't had a lot of B answers ever on the history of you hosting this trivia. So I was like, all right, let's play to John.
Cool. Play the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I went with B.
Okay.
All right.
I also went with B.
Fuck.
This became a math question for me, and I appreciate you giving us the 1.2 ounces, because I believe that breaks out to a little over 30 grams. I want to say like 32 grams, something like that. And if you know about macronutrients, you know that proteins and sugars come in at 4 calories per gram. Fats are 9 calories per gram. So then the question becomes, how much sugar is a Cadbury cream egg really versus how much fat is in there? If you take your 32 grams, if it's all sugar, that's going to put you in at 128 calories. And then you're getting 5 extra calories per gram for everything that's fat. So at 150, that brings us to about 4 or 5 grams of fat in a Cadbury cream egg. That sounds right to me. 150 is my answer.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you just said, little kid, but you reached out and you touched your brother's heart. Carl, what's your answer?
I was down to B or C, and I just went C.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah.
So I don't automatically win.
The correct answer was C.
Oh yeah.
On opposite day, B
Mother-
was the
Mother-
answer.
Yeah.
You guys got April fooled.
Son of a
The
bitch.
correct answer is 150. So Kevin takes
Good
the
job.
night. Good job. Joe and Melanie coming up in second place there. Guys, Kevin Shaw, everybody. We could just do like a little. Well done, bud. Well
That was a
done.
math guy.
Real quick, before we shut this thing down, anybody got anything else? Any other topics? There's a movie I kind of want to talk about, but
Kevin wanted to talk about wrestling a little bit.
yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
we gotta get into it.
Wrestling sesh. Let's do it. I can speak.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Is there a guitar set?
Oh, do we do
segue
that?
for
Or-
I
yeah.
didn't know if that's what you were looking
We could
for.
we could start just coming up with all these. Here we go.
Wait. Let me stop you. Minor chords.
That was a minor.
Let's hit an A minor.
A minor chords? Is that what you wanted to say?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good.
Wrestling.
go, guys.
Oh, cool. All right. So I
That was
guess
someone getting throttled in the turnbuckle.
sure. Carl, do you have WrestleMania notes prepared? Do you have that?
Oh yes, I mean
We could do that.
what
Either
do you
one.
wanna-
I'll
You
do
know,
I'll do my
last
thing.
week because
I'll do my thing
WrestleMania has
first.
happened already. So yeah, go into.
Okay.
You guys are good. We're just talking about getting another beer.
Excellent. Would you get me one of those two before they all go away?
Yeah, do it to me.
Yep.
That's an Egbert promise.
I think they might be gone by the time we get to Carl, but as long as I get mine, we will be just fine. All right.
Oh.
We got some of the blood left.
So I had an idea. We do this podcast once a week. I watch Raw. I'm not really a SmackDown guy, but that's my one wrestling show that I tend to keep up with. And maybe just as a summary of the Raw from last week, just a letter grade. And watching this week's episode of Raw, I would give it an A. Not quite an A+, but I feel like they tried really hard to develop a lot of different storylines. I think there was a TJ Perkins heel turn that kind of got buried amongst all the other awesome stuff that happened that would have been interesting in its own right if that was the only thing that happened. But we had that, what's it called, the Superstar Shakeup?
Yeah. So which gave us a feeling of, like, when we tuned in, you don't know what's going to happen because there's a shakeup, which every episode of Raw should feel that way. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. But this week, definitely because of the shakeup.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the show opened with, you got The Miz and the dude wife Morris.
Yes.
They've been doing this thing recently where they're kind of doing a parody of John Cena and Nikki Bella. And this week's Raw opened with that. The Miz for just...
But it opened with John Cena's music as
Yucca
if Cena was coming out and it was The Miz.
And The Miz does a pretty good Cena.
Yeah.
Like, you could have watched that for 15, 20 seconds and still thought it was John Cena. If you were watching in person, I don't think you would have known for a solid
especially
2
in the
minutes.
cheap seats. You wouldn't have known until he started talking that it was The Miz.
Even maybe a couple seconds, like he could have said a couple things, and pretty good John Cena impression, I guess is what I'm saying. That led into a reveal of Dean Ambrose moving to the Monday Night roster, which I think is exciting news for any Raw fan.
Mm-hmm. That puts all three former members of the Shield back in the same place.
Yes, yep. Other notable things that happened roster-wise, we've got the Revival coming up from NXT.
Yeah.
They seem to be a really solid tag team, and that division, frankly, could use a little bit of help.
Yep.
So that was exciting. Couple of moves on the women's roster. I found out after Monday night that Charlotte has been moved to SmackDown.
Yeah, you weren't around for that when she showed up.
That's a little bit disappointing on the surface, because I feel like Charlotte, while I don't like her, is one of the most powerful forces in the women's division right now. She's doing the best heel work of any wrestler, male or female, I think, right now.
I have to ask, why do you not like Charlotte?
Because she's a great heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate her.
From the dummy in the room, which one's Charlotte again?
Charlotte's Ric Flair's daughter, the tall blonde. Yeah.
Don't like her.
Yep, you're not supposed to.
She's got broad shoulders. She's she seems like a real
mean.
She seems like a real B. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're not even kayfabing right now. You just don't like her.
I don't like her.
Okay.
I like Paige.
Well,
I like
sure.
Sasha.
Well, that's the whole point.
I'm not sure I like her as a person necessarily either, but she's just...
I don't like her as a performer.
I don't think she should be super nice on Twitter like she is now. If she's a heel, she should be mean.
I don't follow them, so I don't know. But yeah, I would agree with that generally. So what they did with the women, the big news, I think, is going to be Alexa Bliss to the Monday Night roster.
Yeah. From right here in Columbus, Ohio.
She's got a lot of heat right now. Dropped the SmackDown title at WrestleMania, which, looking back, I feel like we should have known at that moment that she was going to be coming over to Monday Night.
Well, we didn't know about the shakeup or that was really going to be going down.
Oh, I thought it was already scheduled for.
Was it?
I thought it was.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think they announced it until after. Yeah.
All right. I thought it was weird though that they had Alexa Bliss. She came out first while Sasha Banks and Bayley were talking, and that got. I don't know if it actually got a huge pop or if I just imagined it because I was so excited about it. But I thought that was a pretty big reveal. And then after she's out there for a couple minutes, they show Mickie James, which is like, all right, kind of cool, but I feel like you buried the lead a little bit.
Should have been reversed.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people don't... Mickie James is like a legend to the women and stuff.
Yeah, but
hey, if Paige is on stage, I don't mind burying the lead on that one. You know, you guys know I'm clocking in on that. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Penis in butt.
Probably. It's a good joke for on paper because you could say burying the lead, like when your dick hits really hard. It's like lead. All right. So yeah, Mickie James, Alexa Bliss to the Monday Night roster. That's all cool. And to top it all off with the whole Alexa Bliss kind of being undersold on that move, is that they've got Raw in Columbus, Ohio next week, which is her hometown. I haven't heard that mentioned from anyone.
Yeah, that was
on the announced
ridiculous.
staff
Yeah.
yet. And
well, they mentioned something about someone else's hometown last week.
Naomi or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
were still in Orlando.
Yeah. That's right.
But hometown advantage for a heel, like, shouldn't. She's supposed to be.
Well,
heel.
that's a good point.
So-
yeah. Why would they? Unless she's a babyface, why would they have to say we're going to be in Alexa
don't know.
Bliss's hometown this week?
I don't know.
She's a heel.
I get a little
so-
bit confused, I guess, with the whole kayfabe, how wrestling is sold
Well,
to
yeah.
fans nowadays, and what's a heel versus a
It's
babyface.
kind of half-hearted now, if they even.
But I will say, I didn't have any intention of buying tickets to Raw in Columbus. Probably still not going to, but the fact that she's on the Monday Night roster would be a selling point. So it's just weird to me that
They've
never
not
got
said
mentioned.
anything. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So that's all that, and then the big story. If you guys watched Monday Night Raw, they did. It must have been a 15-20 minute segment. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns.
Oh, God.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you want to?
I think it was great, like wrestling TV, like some of the best in a long time,
Yep.
and good to include Roman Reigns in it because he needs an angle like this. I don't know if it's gonna make people like him. I don't know if that's what they want to do with it. Maybe he comes back, finally fed up with it all, and they're gonna finally do a heel turn for him or whatever. I don't think it's gonna make a babyface out of him, but it's definitely buzzworthy. And Braun Strowman flipping over that ambulance was great.
It's
to
very
watch.
unclear right now what they want to do with Roman Reigns. Like, he definitely is getting the biggest heat on the card. He has been for
A
years,
long time.
literally years
Yeah,
now.
Since
But he's also
Royal Rumble 2 years ago.
He also comes out and cuts this promo and says, "I'm the man now," basically, and then mic drops and we.
Well, but
the
he's
after
been
Mania.
doing that stuff in a way so that it's almost heelish, the way that he's been addressing the fans. Like, if they're booing him, like when he came out and did that, they booed. It was a good 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
I mean, when
he
does
just
that-
kept-
Keep it up.
He kept lifting the
when's the
mic
last
up
time
and then
he's
he
got
would
a
take
face
it down.
reaction?
And he would lift the mic up and he took it. And then the one thing he said was, "This is my yard now."
Yeah.
And he dropped the mic. Like, I think they're trying to have an archetype for a tweener now.
I
And
feel
that's
like
Roman
I feel like
Reigns.
they're trying to do a Cena thing where they're like, all right, we read out the Cena booze for so many years, and
Yeah.
Cena finally became popular with Roman Reigns again. But that doesn't make they should just book him as a heel at this point. Like, you don't need to have two.
That's the wrestling logic to this. Was a long time ago when they started booing him, just book him heel, and then everyone would love him by now, probably.
I do think you have Roman Reigns. A lot of comparisons you could draw between him and John Cena. Most notably, he does really well with children and women, and pretty poorly with most other demographics. So I think what they're kind of doing is John Cena is 37 now. They're gonna lose him sooner than later.
He's definitely gonna go real part-time at some point soon.
So what they've got in Roman Reigns, I think, is someone that they want to basically replace John Cena's role with Roman Reigns. So I think maybe they feel like they're limited to kind of keeping Roman Reigns on the same trajectory or whatever in terms of I'm going to be a babyface forever, whatever it is. If you guys didn't watch Monday Night Raw, what we're talking about basically with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman is you have Roman Reigns backstage cutting a promo all about his feelings on retiring The Undertaker and all that comes with that. He talks for a couple minutes, and his interview is interrupted by Braun Strowman. He just comes and he's going ham, just shots to the face, whatever
throws
it
him
is.
in the air over. He clears some people's lunches.
Yep.
And goes through a couple of tables.
And then he also gets "Thank you, Strowman" chants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strowman gets cheered on for this through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, 3 times he came back to fight Roman Reigns, and
Well, that's just the first part of it. Yeah,
that's what was awesome about this. Why it was such great wrestling TV is because he lays into him. We've seen this happen a lot of times before. This was special in that Braun Strowman comes out, he lays a smackdown, he sort of walks away, at least out of camera shot, and then the oh Jesus!
That was
There's a
like-
rat.
That
I heard
was
it. It's a
gooey.
mouse or something. I heard a mouse.
That was gooey.
Sorry, continue.
Alright,
I'm sorry.
Melanie, how dare you? You come on this podcast and just
So-
queef all over.
It was
him.
gooey. John.
So Braun Strowman lays into Roman Reigns, guys, and we've seen this before 100 times, whatever. It was so great this time because there was a tension and a comedic timing where we thought it was over, and at the last second, while it was still hot, back comes Braun Strowman.
he kept coming back.
He kept coming back. He's throwing him into lockers. He's throwing him onto luggage trunks, whatever you call those things. Do you want to share it with the class?
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm just watching all the shit that you spilled
I spilled a little
a
bit.
second ago.
Yeah.
I laughed
Out
into
of
my
your
beer.
butt earlier when you farted?
No, continue, guys. I'm sorry. No.
All right. And then, John, you'll like this part, actually.
Okay.
You should see video of this.
Yeah.
So it comes
You
to
know
a point...
You know what needs to happen is I need to start watching this shit with you guys so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
You always have fun when
But-
you watch it with us.
But yeah. What do you got, Kev? What's the?
All right. So, yeah, Braun Strowman, you know who he is, right? The big, giant, kind of Down syndrome looking guy.
Okay,
I don't know
once
if
you
you-
say Downs, no, I kind of yeah.
But he's a giant, and he's been feuding with Roman Reigns. So he beats him up backstage, goes off camera. We think it's done. Comes back, beats him again. That happens 2 times, I think, before they finally get Roman Reigns.
I think there's some cuts too, like there's a segment in between too.
Yeah, and then they're like, "What? We're getting
loading him in, and yeah.
So finally, Roman Reigns has been like obliterated, and they've got EMT on site, because he's so badly beaten.
Yeah. If I was watching that live, I would just fingers crossed, hoping that Roman Reigns died. Right that night,
A
like
lot of people
spinal
probably
injury.
in the arena
hoping that
with you.
on Monday
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Because he's the worst, and hopefully they'll just stop soon with him. And
So they get Roman Reigns on a stretcher eventually, and Braun Strowman has gone somewhere else. The EMTs they have him on a stretcher. They're moving him out they're like on a loading dock type situation. Here comes Braun Strowman, and they do this like really quick camera cut, whatever, where if you're an adult, you know that no one's getting hurt, but they come back to it where Braun Strowman is pushing the stretcher, like flipping it off.
It's they do like a third person behind Strowman, so you can't see the stretcher because there's a dummy on the stretcher.
And he flips it off of the loading dock down it's like a 5-foot, 6-foot drop.
I love it.
Like
yeah.
a savage, like thud.
Yeah.
Realistic, like oh
I
my
love
god, it looked like a body was strapped in and just hit the ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's what's better than that. Just think of the rehearsals.
Sure.
Like the 8 times they did it.
Cut and spliced.
Yeah,
in
this
was
too,
not a
so,
live
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? They didn't get it in one. They did several takes and
Yeah,
like,
probably.
that one looks good.
That's
Okay,
not-
we'll use that one. That's hilarious.
That's
yeah.
not the fucking climax.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh,
No.
keep, all right,
Yep,
keep
so
it going.
they cut away for a second, just to move the dummy and get Roman Reigns back out there. And,
what was his face like when they pulled him back up? Was he just like did they show him
they
afterwards?
They didn't go straight to his face. What was funny is if you watch the angle that the stretcher went off the ledge, and then when they came back to it with the real person and the stretcher, it was not in the same place.
It was in a different place.
Yeah.
But you
Wait,
could
hold on.
say, well,
So-
maybe they moved it.
so real quick,
but why?
Real quick, just radio's Kevin Shaw is going on the record as continuity errors in the WWE.
Every now and then.
Okay,
Happens
all right.
every now and
It
then.
happens.
Continuity
yeah.
errors. Okay,
Stranger
all right,
Things.
all right.
So Roman Reigns is on the ground now, and he's gone off the ledge. He's really badly hurt at this point, and they've got the ambulance there. They, shoo Braun Strowman away. He goes back to eat sandwiches or whatever he does, and they get Roman Reigns back upright. They load him into the ambulance, and now we think this is the end of the scene. They're gonna drive away. It's not.
I'm not done with you yet.
Roman Reigns rips out of the thing or something?
No. Roman
No,
Reigns is
not at
on.
all.
He's on the dolly.
This
Braun
is
Strowman
beef stroganoff or
comes back into
Okay.
shot and says, "Carl, what was it?"
I'm not done with you yet, boy.
Yeah. He gets.
He already flipped his stretcher over the thing.
Yeah, he got him good.
I'd say you're.
He's about to flip something
I'd
else.
say
No.
you're done with him.
No, he's beating him down while he's
All right.
on the stretcher in
All
the
right,
ambulance.
here's the storyline I want to see. So that whole situation you described, and then what Carl said, or Beef Stroganoff said, "I'm not done with you yet," and then just pulls a knife out or a gun out or
Kills
something,
him.
murders
Kills
him,
him right
murders him. Have they
Yeah.
done that ever? Like just straight up
They
bull.
tried
Well,
to kill
I've
him.
got
Homicide.
I've got something.
Yeah, but
All right.
keep going because the payoff is.
Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's great.
So he's beating him down. He shoos away the paramedics, whatever. They run away. And now Braun Strowman decides, as just a show of raw physical strength, he approaches the side of the ambulance, hands underneath the skirt of the ambulance, or whatever you would call that, and he begins to lift it off its tires. Eventually gets it up, flips the ambulance over onto its side.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the...
Is he inside of it, or?
Yeah,
Roman Reigns is
supposed to
allegedly
be
in there. He's
inside.
not actually in there, but he's allegedly in there. Braun Strowman flips the ambulance, and that's kind of our big visual, climax of the whole thing. I mean, they must have taken the engine out or something, and/or it had pulleys on the other
Yeah,
side.
They had
the angle that they used.
Yeah.
They did from behind him, lifting it up, and you couldn't see the back of it or the front of it.
You can cheat that,
And
yeah.
then when he got it up to about here, it cuts from another angle from the back, and you can kind of see him lifting it up. So it's obviously camera trickery, but a great fucking.
But
segment.
the whole segment, because it was so much like, you guys understand this isn't really happening, but it was such a great balance of this is hilarious and this is like awesome, intense, well shot, good idea, and just every time you thought it was over, he comes back in and just A plus,
Yeah.
superb.
It was great.
Do you guys think we hit a day in like wrestling technology where they start using like CG
CGI?
graphics? Because like everything you described to me, like in 10 years seems like they would just like he would like flip it over in full frame and then like punch a hole in the ground too, and like some concrete would like blast up. And he's just like, I'm the
I don't
best.
think it's gonna go there, and I hope it doesn't, because wrestling is a lot.
Because
like,
that would just be unrealistic if you use.
Well, wrestling is like live theater.
Yeah, wrestling is live theater, so
Like
there has
yeah,
to be some
it's
aspect.
not supposed to
That
be.
makes sense.
You're not supposed to have all the visuals that you get from like a high budget
A
Hollywood
movie, yeah.
whatever. So anyway, you asked if they've ever killed anyone, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit. So they did a gimmick or an angle, whatever you would call it. I don't know, what was that, late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there?
With Vince?
With Vince.
Yeah, late 90s, I think.
Okay.
It was right around the time.
Oh, okay. That's not where I thought you were gonna go. But
Are you talking about the limo?
no, I thought you were gonna say Paul Bearer.
Oh, no.
No. I want to talk about Vince. And I don't remember the specifics of it because I was more a WCW guy at the time.
I was on my way out to.
Okay.
I saw it with my dad, but I couldn't tell you the specifics about the episode.
But the long and short of it is they did a gimmick where Vince McMahon was inside a limousine and the limousine exploded. And at least in the WWE universe, in that moment, Vince McMahon had died.
And he was just in there like, woo!
Yeah.
Just like burning.
Well, I'm sure he was somewhere else, but
no, he was in there. What are you
right
talking
after
about?
that.
Orange makes a bunch of wrestling mania shirts.
what happened right after that?
I think it was.
We've seen all along.
Oh, Melanie has a point.
Did
Bring it up.
Oh, you're right.
Didn't
you're right.
something happen immediately after that made them completely scrap it?
Yes, yeah.
What do you got, Mel?
All right, what?
Oh, Homage makes a lot of
Wrestling
mania like shirts and stuff. So they're kind of ridiculous.
That's
You
our
should
new
check 'em out.
sponsor. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Homage.
Yeah, you should check them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's worth mentioning.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
That they did this thing where Vince McMahon has died, and they were gonna keep going with that storyline, but that was around the time Owen Hart
Was that
actually
Joe? Do you know?
died.
Was
it
was
Chris
it
Benoit?
Owen
No,
Hart?
it was Chris
It was
Benoit.
Benoit.
It was Benoit.
Alright.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Then Benoit died, and they were like, "Oh no."
So they basically just pretended that the first explosion like didn't happen or wasn't
Yeah,
real at all. It's weird that this came up because I wanted to mention it anyway. The whole Vince exploding in a limo thing. Because my buddy at work, Scott, who's a wrestling fan, we were talking about this, and the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump, is a member of the WWE Hall of Fame because he did some angles or whatever.
The only president to take a Stone Cold Stunner.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how's this for just kind of here's where we are as a species. When they did that angle, Vince McMahon exploding in the limousine. Allegedly, on Scott's authority, Donald Trump phoned Linda McMahon to offer his condolences.
Really?
Yeah.
That was part of the show? They said that?
No.
Or it really happened?
In real life.
Good God.
In real
how
life.
did you find this information?
I don't know. It's unsubstantiated. It's what Scott told me. But
Okay.
either Donald Trump is some kind of like Andy Kaufman genius or whatever, or the man who's now the most powerful person in the free world.
Huge mark.
Thought
Fucking
that
idiot.
as a huge mark who thought that Vince McMahon had exploded in a limousine on live TV.
Or he was just trying to keep kayfabe. Which I don't think he would have even
I
thought
just the
to do that.
The president's just a huge mark.
Yeah, he's a moron.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all I had on wrestling. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to...
good. I don't.
Okay.
We don't gotta.
It's been too long
WrestleMania
now.
has passed, so we're good. Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah.
It's all right.
Raw from the last week was great, and SmackDown was great too.
We didn't even go into ROH, but
What is-
With
well,
with
what
the
is,
swaps
uh,
and stuff? It was great.
What is the next highly anticipated event for you boys?
That would be Payback at the end of this month, beginning of next month, sometime. Some Sunday
It's sometime
coming up in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Old Payback.
The movie if hard shift of topics real quick. The movie I wanted to shout out it's called Cat Fight.
Cat fight.
Yeah, and it's got
And Heesh.
yeah, Anne Heche
Oh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Margaret Ho.
And Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh, excuse
Yeah.
me, Sandra Oh,
Yeah.
and Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
This movie, have you seen it?
No, but there was a different podcast. Doug Lowe's movies.
Okay.
They were on.
This movie,
Yeah.
man, you gotta watch this movie. That's all. It's
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's another one of those. It's horrible for podcasts when you recommend a movie, but you stand by the.
You can't.
I don't want to
spoil
talk
yeah.
about it. Yeah, don't watch a trailer. Don't watch anything. Just go into it blind. It's called Cat Fight, and goddamn, it was just fun. Just
Yeah.
super fun and different, way different. That's what I enjoyed about it, and I love that about movies where you go in and you don't know what's gonna happen, and it's just
That's the way I like to approach all the
Cat
movies
Fight
right
is the
now.
title,
It's
yeah.
basically just I would prefer to know nothing about it. Like
yes.
Should we do this? Should we finish off with we're running?
Yeah,
long.
we're over on time for sure. We're at the 2-hour mark
Oh,
right
I
now.
don't care at all.
I know you don't, but we're gonna. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Joe?
I think it's time that we guess the Bowie.
Guess the Bowie. It's
All right,
happening.
So you know what happens. The rules to guess the Bowie. I've written down one David Bowie song.
Did you say we're at 2 hours?
I've
Yeah.
placed it in an envelope.
It's not bad actually.
No, as long as we don't go like 4.
Losers
Yeah.
are encouraged to
that's fine.
discuss David Bowie filmography.
Yes, if you do not guess the answer, you are encouraged
You are
to discuss.
encouraged to discuss the
Yeah.
filmography of the great late actor David Bowie. But I have placed one song title in this envelope, and you must guess it. I will tell you, this is a bit of a hint, but I wrote this song title down at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's not a
today.
hint at all. Not a hint. If
Yes.
that's your information, not a hint.
That's the hint.
Let's get this over with, because no one's
Alright,
gonna guess it.
Write them down.
It's a stupid
Write 'em-
game.
You were very close
Wait,
last
we
week,
just
John.
write
Yeah.
down the Bowie song?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I know. I know it's horrible.
No, she sounded pleased at how simple this game is to
No,
play.
it's
Though.
She
Dumb.
sounded insulted. She's with
All
me.
right.
Let me pick a random Bowie song.
Like, no hints?
No, John, you were very close
He
last
gave
week.
you a hint.
That was not
He
a hint.
thought of it at 7:45
What kind of
Eastern,
early
not
morning-
Colorado time. That's
Wait.
5:45 your time.
So at
Yeah.
5:45 in the morning, your time, what Bowie songs come to your mind? And put it through the prism of someone who's just
John, you
Joe.
again were very close last week. You were two tracks away.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
No, I
closest.
need
Okay.
more guidance.
doesn't matter. Is that a hint too? Is it off that same album?
I'm just saying you were very close last week. So
Is it off of Black Star?
I'm not going to tell you what album's off. I will tell you it's off of what I wrote down at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today.
Is it off of Black Star?
I will not tell you that information.
Is it off of Black
I
Star?
will not tell you any information outside of that. I wrote it down at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's sealed away in this
All right.
envelope.
Not sealed.
Not
Yeah,
seal it.
I'm not made of envelopes. I'm not gonna. We're gonna keep reusing the same.
I've said that
envelope.
about you a million times.
I am not made of envelopes.
It's the first thing I tell anyone who asks about you. So what kind of guy is Joe? I'll
Well,
tell you what kind of guy he's not.
Well, he's not
Made of
envelopes.
envelopes.
If you're looking for a free envelope, hey, not this guy.
No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Which way are we go?
I could start it.
Either way.
Rebel.
Is incorrect. Carl, you are a loser and encouraged to discuss
I
David
don't
Bowie
know.
filmography.
Think of a David Bowie song.
Okay. 7:45 Eastern today. AM, PM.
PM.
You were watching Ring of Honor.
Yes, but I dipped out to write down a David Bowie song.
Yeah, but just because we were watching it and then Cody Rhodes came on, I'm gonna go with Ziggy Stardust.
Ooh, that's close, but wrong.
Shit, how is
Good
it?
guess.
How is it close?
Good guess.
Because
good
you
guess.
named it.
Good guess.
You named a song. That's why it's close.
All right.
Changes.
Mel,
Changes.
what are you changing it to?
Changes.
No, the name of the fucking
No,
song
well,
is Changes.
That's not correct.
Well, it's a David Bowie song.
It is, but it's not the correct one. That I
Well,
Was she close?
very close.
Closer
because
than I was, or the same?
You've all named David Bowie songs. You're all equally close. John,
I'm gonna go with
nobody's discussing David Bowie filmography right now.
I don't
Did
know.
you-
All we
did
know
you-
is fucking
Did you like
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth? I like Labyrinth.
It was
Yeah.
alright. Yeah, it's good.
You may not name two David Bowie songs. Mel was trying to cheat by saying two David Bowie
What's
songs.
her name? Jennifer Connelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was a kid in there.
All right, John's looking at me so hard right now. I think he's locked in on what I've got in this envelope.
Is the answer 7:45 a.m.?
PM. You're not even listening.
Wow.
what is it?
You were way closer last week. The answer, of course.
It's gonna
I
be
hate
the
you
same
so
thing it was
much.
last week.
It's
Isn't
a
it?
fun game.
Yes,
Okay.
the rules could be that I name the same song anytime. I have not done this. This is a new song. This is the song "Slow Burn," which
Oh, that was
course.
gettable.
Yeah, that was so
God
good.
damn.
what this game is. It's a slow burn. So yes.
I hope you burn in a
Until-
chemical fire,
Unfortunately,
man.
12 years
unfortunately,
from now,
nobody,
when someone
nobody has
gets it
successfully
right,
guessed the
finally.
Bowie. Unfortunately, this week, but next week maybe.
Kevin's still got the best strategy.
Next
He's at least
maybe.
thinking about the surroundings and I don't.
Joining us this week, Melanie Egbert, all the way from Colorado.
Yeah.
Frisco, Colorado.
Where can we
Physical
find you?
education teacher.
We
Yeah.
can find you in physical education.
Yeah,
Colorado.
tell the people online where you can be found on social media. Do you have a
Oh,
Twitter page
yes, I
or
do.
anything like that?
Well, yeah, I have a Twitter page, but I don't use it. But Milkshake, MELK_shake, is my Instagram.
Love the gram.
Love the gram. It's what I typically use.
Okay.
Not so much for PE, but for everything.
Well, just in life.
in
yeah.
life.
Where can people find you if they have questions about your life
Yeah.
and you and yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks,
TV show
guys.
Gazero. Where can you be found? Online or otherwise?
well,
Public locations.
I am in an episode of the CBS comedy Superior Donuts, which airs on CBS Monday nights. I will be appearing this week in that episode. I have a guest star spot. I star as a guest star. Wacky hijinks ensue.
I love it.
Yeah.
Find him on TV.
Carboy, go.
That's me.
It's a lot, probably,
Carl
right?
Charlbury on Twitter. And you can also find me posting shit for our podcast on Podcast Right Now at pretty much any social networking except for, MySpace, because we don't use that anymore. But
Oh, we should.
Pinterest,
Let's get on there.
Twitter, Tumblr. The Tumblr powers our website.
I'm gonna follow you right now.
Yeah, do it. Please do. Podcast Right Now.
Let's
On everything.
Let's
Go
get on
to the
MySpace.
website.
Let's get on MySpace.
Go to that website, folks. Sure, we'll do MySpace too. What the hell?
Chirp Daily.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at RealChirpDaily. Give me a follow. Our weekly DraftKings contest is still happening. Quick note, we'll update the scoreboard. Joe took down the point this week, so he's up to 4 dinner points right now.
What? Is that real?
Yep.
Yeah. He's one away from the dinner.
Yep. So
You cocksucker.
if you go to our website, is it podcastrightnow.com/sports? We'll take you to my page.
Yeah. If you do
Okay.
or / Chirp Daily Sports.
All right.
Or
find it.
just go to the podcast and click sports up at the top.
Right.
That'll be the easiest.
But we've been doing a weekly installation of daily fantasy sports strategy articles. This week is going to be all about ownership. So check it out before our free contest on Friday. and sign up for DraftKings through my referral link. I will get $1 off my next haircut, and that is real. So.
Oh, one more thing. On the website, every new podcast is going to have an advertisement attached to it, right under it that you can click on, or not if you don't want to. But for right now, Audacity, audiobooks, you can get a free month for 30 days. You get 2 free audiobooks with that you get to keep forever, whether you keep it or not. It's $15 a month after that. You can cancel within 30 days and keep those 2 free audiobooks if you want. And we're still getting paid for you clicking that link and signing up. Love it. Do what you will with it. Get your 2 free audiobooks though. Like what the hell? Yeah. And you're getting a 30% discount if you pay monthly on all of their audiobooks. Who doesn't? You can. I bought 2 copies of 1984 for the price of none.
We have limited time only European podcast rules. If you subscribe now to us, Kevin will kiss you on the face.
Mm-hmm. I'm John Egbert. I'm on Instagram. It's Egbert Cream, EGBERTCREAM Cream.
Subscribe now. He'll get you some tongues.
Check out them sweet fucking drawings.
Yeah, I got mad drawings. Carl, you're always way too kind about my content, and I appreciate it. You guys can buy. I have a shirt up right now. It's the what? Help me out here, Carl. It's the I scream, you scream.
I, as in your eye in your head. Yeah. I scream. EYE scream.
Yeah.
It's
on Teespring, right?
Yeah. It's on Teespring. If you just Google I scream.
Yeah.
You scream.
Yeah.
T-shirt, you'll find it.
Guys, it's a $20 shirt. It's awesome. Also, I want to shout out Ghostland Apparel. That's another company that I've been working with recently. They have some of my artwork on their T-shirts. They're a little more pricey, but they're limited shirts, and they're fucking badass. So you should probably go there.
I love that pink one.
Yeah. It's just ghostlandapparel.com. XStrivia.com for all of my weekly trivia shows. You'll see a whole rundown of the schedules. Just go to shows. Also, Carl has a Monday night show. Check that out. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, Melanie, for being on a podcast. It was kind of weird. We just threw you right in there, but you know what?
Awesome.
You did great.
Thanks, guys.
You did awesome. You're gonna come back again.
You're coming back.
Anybody else got anything right at the end there? You wanna?
Anybody?
Even Brogan
jab in there.
Yeah, Brogan, we love you.
Brogan, yeah.
Wait, who's that random guy who followed us on Twitter and sent a message?
Let's shout him out. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Great.
Hold on.
Hey, while you're looking that up, Ashley Rude from Hillsboro, Ohio, requested that we discuss Justin Bieber real quick. So I'll just throw that out there.
Right now we're gonna.
Oh, just real quick, just like a 2-minute. Justin Bieber, not a fan. Some of his songs are catchy. That's my take.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan, but I think people kind of assume that when you start talking about Justin Bieber.
About him.
So relative to what you would expect, I'm pro Justin Bieber.
I don't know a goddamn thing about this guy.
He's a young man.
Yeah, it seems like he's gone away. What's happening with him right now?
He does a lot of pop songs, a lot of pop music.
I know this, but it seems like he's gone away, out of the media.
He's got stuff. He's got a song in the top 20, I would guess, right now.
Does he now?
I don't think so.
Like always.
Okay. Melanie Egbert, you got to take on Justin Bieber into the mic. What do you got?
Oh, I love the Biebs.
Oh.
I do.
That's it?
I know he's bad and stuff, but he's good music.
Okay.
Okay.
He's bad, but he's good. Melanie, quote it.
The Michael Jackson.
And we're gonna do this. Fuck it, we'll do it once a week if we get a shout out. It's fan shout out. Red Panda of MC on Twitter. Follow Red Panda of MC on Twitter. He sent us a message. He said, "Huge fan, guys." So we said thanks.
It was nice of him.
Thank you for listening.
Awesome.
We're a huge fan of yours.
Red Panda of MC.
Also, and just on all of our, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, if you have any questions or you want us to discuss any topics, shout it at us.
Let us know. Yeah.
Be happy to
we'll talk about anything.
Happy to do it.
Where can they find us right now?
PodcastRightNow.com.
Okay.
The PCRN hub